Oh shit. Oh shit. Hello everybody. Look at this kitty. Look at this kitty. She just wants the bushes. This better be cozy. Well, you weren't prepared for this level of cozy. Cozy overload. The rate pop. Very cute outfit. Hello everybody. Hello. Is it loud? Is the mic sound good? Is it loud enough? Cause like it's further away. I feel like I need to make the mic closer to me, but I don't know. Does it look okay? Is it sound alright, or should I like fuck with it? What do you think, Puck? Sounds good? Alright, alright. Dude, my thumb, like, right here, like this tendon or whatever, hurts like fuck. Like, if I push back on it, I don't know why. It's very not good. Took away Overlord's spot. Well, yeah, I move the guns when I'm not streaming, so... She'll have it back again tonight. She'll be okay. Are those leggings hamburgers and hot dogs? No, they're... It's the... I gotta be careful, because it's like... These things, like, try to fall down. But they're the ramen pants. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but, like... They really don't, like... If I hike them up, they really don't, like... do much. How long has that been bothering me? Well, my hand has been bothering me for, like, half a year. But this specific thing is just this morning, since this morning. Like, it's... I don't know why specifically it hurts like that, but it does, and it's starting to really hurt. I'm kind of upset about it, because I wanted to play guitar today, but I don't really want to now that it hurts. But, like, I have... My wrist has been, in general, has been hurting for a while. She gets us free because you bought so much. I don't actually like Ramu-chan or Maru-chan that much. They're not my favorite ramen brand. I like Top Ramen way better, and I don't even buy either of those brands anymore. I almost exclusively buy Bulldog. Is this chat? Do you guys like this lighting or this lighting? Is this better? Is that better lighting? Do you guys prefer that or with the light? Bulldog is too spicy for me. It is spicy, but I really like spicy, so... Survive this week? Depends on your definition of survive. Somebody sent her a Mountain Dew themed thong. I think someone has sent me that before. You guys like the light or no light? Light! More lights for me? Alright. I'll turn the light back on. Anyway, chat, how's everybody doing today? Who Doc? Yeah, Bulldog is really spicy. I want to try their double spice because like I'm interested in how spicy it is. The carbonara is really spicy too. It's just not. It's like out of all the flavors, carbonara is less spicy than their like normal ramen flavor, but I prefer the flavor of it more. But you know. I don't know. I have some. Probably gonna make some. I ate some. I made some pizza rolls earlier, and I was just like, "Damn." I tried to. My appetite has been so dog shit, chat. I swear to God, I have to be losing weight. There's no way I'm not. I was looking at my titties the other day, and I'm like, I'm losing them. I feel like I'm at the point where I could almost go to the pool shirtless. I feel like I'm close to that point. Because, like, fuck, dude. Did you finish off the fried rice? No, I did not. It was really good fried rice. And I was editing that video yesterday. And I kept getting hungry for it. I was like, damn, that does look good. It was good fried rice. That video apparently is awful. I swear to God, chat, I've lost 20 subscribers from that video. I don't even know why. But I had like a solid 4,000 subscribers before I uploaded that, and now I have 380 or 3980. I swear to God, it's fucking that is not a good video. Nobody is enjoying that video. And it's like, fuck. I loaded up like the statistics on it, and I was like, damn. How bad was your job got left over? I don't really live near either of them anymore, so it's kind of hard to give, you know. New room here? This is not just a new room. I'm in a completely different place. In a completely different part of the state. Well, not completely different, but a different part of this region of the state. Make another video? I'm gonna, but fuck, that was so disheartening. Chat, I loaded up my statistics on that, and it's just, is it the thumbnail, chat? Do you guys think it's the thumbnail that did it? Is it the thumbnail? Is that why? I mean, it's got a 98.7% like ratio. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, I think. But it's am I allowed to show the analytics on stream? Am I allowed? I think I'm allowed to show analytics on stream, right? It's just so depressing, chat. Look at these analytics. This is so depressing. It's so sad. Goddamn. -3 subscribers. No! I just have to make another video and hope that I don't lose more subscribers. Mr. Beast changes his thumbnails a billion times per video. That makes sense. That makes sense. You actually lost 20 subscribers? Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure I lost 20. It says 3, but let's see here. I had 4,000 subscribers when I uploaded the video, and now I have 3.98k. So I think I lost 20 subscribers from it. Dude, you know how fucked up that is? Like, I fucking 20 people saw that shit and were like, damn, nah. This has made me so upset that I'm going to unsubscribe. It's fucked up, bro. It's so fucked up. Let's make it to 3k. We can get it down to 3k, chat. Traitors. You need to sauce your thumbnail and enjoying a banana and it will never fail. I just gotta make I feel like I'm just gonna make a bunch of different types of videos and see which one does the best and just try to keep doing that. I subscribed, so you lost 21. I mean, okay. The fact that you subscribe offsets it, though. I'm glad, because at least somebody was like, you know what, this content's worthy of a subscribe. I'll do that. So thank you, Keelade. Thank you. You're the real OG, man. I think the greater the picture, 20 subscribers is easy to get back instead of over 200. Yeah, of course. And I really just need to upload more. I mean, it's just like, I feel like the YouTube game is about just throwing bullshit at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I want to try to make like a guitar music video, which is part of the reason why I'm upset that my thumb hurts really bad right now, because I want to play guitar so that I can try to like record that. But I don't know exactly how I want to record it yet, but I think that would be a fun video to make. I want to make a fishing video. I've been thinking about doing politics. I'm not sure yet. But like, fuck it. If I'm already gonna lose all the views anyway, might as well just go for broke. It's all about the grind. Title should have been cooking meth in my trailer with the thumbnail implying that you're cooking drugs. I could change the title and thumbnail to that. Should I do that? Should I change the title to Femboy Cooks Chinese Crack in trailer? I should make like a really clickbait title and see how it does. I should just unironically start clickbaiting like the fuck out of my YouTube videos and just not acknowledge it. 6 months is a long time to have chronic pain. This is a different pain than what I usually feel. I don't know why it feels like that. It's very weird. I thought maybe it was because my brain, you know how sometimes your brain will feel phantom pain in your other wrist? Like, if this wrist has a metal piece in it, and it knows that this wrist is okay, but it feels a difference between the two wrists because there's one that has a fucking piece of metal in it, then maybe the other one's like, my brain is like, oh, there's gotta be something wrong with this one, right? So maybe that's what it is? I don't know. Femboy fishing is not fem-girl fishing? You mean that the mantle is open? I can steal it? I can steal the femboy fishing brand? Bruh. Get ready for femboy fishing Mark II. Walmart brand. I don't think enough people have reported you your race to Uncle Roger yet. No. They look a little more sluttier in your streams. For views. Maybe get a second opinion, Dr. Astra. I need to go to the doctor anyway. My, like, heart has been, like... I feel like my heart is, like, having a problem, which is slightly concerning. But, yeah, I might have to go to, like, a general doctor for that one. I think it's just anxiety, but it's, like, it's the kind of anxiety you're like, is this anxiety or is this a heart condition? I'm not sure, but we'll find the fuck out. Your most popular with the 37 views was one of the Fembolt Amigos. Second with 19 is you and Batfighters went to Target. Maybe you should do more vlogs. I feel like, yeah, maybe that's the thing. Omegle was really popular back in the day because Omegle was really easy content, but Omegle really didn't. I feel like Omegle itself doesn't even exist anymore. So like I don't even know. There are alternatives to Omegle, so I could try doing something like Omegle again, or I could try doing an IRL thing. But I'm probably gonna try both at some point. At this point, I'm thinking I've gotta just like. I've got to make something work. I got to do something. Heart disease at 24. You know, I feel so old being 24 that I thought for a moment that I was 25, and I was like, oh, I'm not 25 anymore. I'm 24. I'm 25 now, not 24. But then I remembered I'm not 25 yet. I'm just anticipating being 25 because I'll know I'll feel that much older when I am 25. Your electrolytes might be imbalanced. You might have a high sodium intake and not a lot of potassium. That might be true. There was a lot of sodium in that fried rice, chat. There was probably probably too much sodium. It tastes pretty good though. Favors your sexy bunny girl vid? You mean the one where I went to Bebop? Yeah, that one might be good. I might do something like that. You're actually 77. You feel old at 24. What about people who are over 30? Yeah, but okay. The people who are over 30, what about the people who are over 50? What about the people who are over 60? Like, no matter how old you are, there's always going to be somebody who's, like, at least 2 decades older than you that are like, oh, you feel old, do you? I was alive in the Great Depression, bitch. Like, alright, like, I feel old. That doesn't mean I am old. Technically, if you're 40 years old, you're not old. You're literally in the middle, you're mid-aged at 40. Technically, you're only old when there aren't people who are 2 decades older than you, and you're like... I feel like you're really old when you get up to like 70 and 80. Like, that's when you're old. That's when you're really able to be old. But when you're like 50, when you're like 40 to 50, you're like mid-aged, you know? And then when you're like, if you're 100, then you can do it. You were hitting Fanboy UK and Filmter levels with that bunny video. More of that, please. The bunny video too. Here's the thing, chat. I don't want to build like my whole brand based off of being like sexy. Because I do like to be sexy. Don't get me wrong, chat. I like to be lewd, but I don't want it to be my whole brand. Like I do want to be able to like show my content to my mom. Not like consistently, but I don't want to like have to hide my content to like my family because it just kind of sucks. It's like I can, obviously I could, but I'd rather it be something more than just like sexual content. It was also how lovely you looked. Oh, thank you. What do you want your brand to be? I don't know. That's what I need to figure out. I think that's the biggest thing. I do want it to be partially like sexy because I like being sexy. So I do want to have the sexy nature to be a part of it, but I don't want it to be like solely that. I don't know, it's like if I could do politics, I probably would do politics, to be honest with you, because I enjoy politics a lot. The problem with politics is it's so divisive, and that I feel like there's a lot of people who I really enjoy having in my community who would not be in my community anymore. Like, there's already been, then again, this already happened, like, a lot. Like, there's a lot of people who used to watch my channel who don't because of my politics, and it's like, that sucks. I don't like pushing people away because I have an opinion, you know? Etchy instead of, yes, there's a perfect way of putting it, Foberg. Actually, prime definition. I want to be etchy, not hentai. I think that bridge has been crossed. You might be right. I mean, how many... Here's the deal, chat. I have an idea for a political video, but it would be very, very, like... I feel like it would make some people kind of upset if I made that video. Because it's basically... I don't know. It would basically challenge the whole idealism of trans people from a trans perspective. And a lot of people would probably not like it. I don't know, maybe I'll make it and then show it to like somebody first, just make sure it's not too bad. But then again, if I'm already losing subscribers anyway, then fuck it, right? Might as well go for broke. Might as well just fucking bet it all on black. And that's the problem. I really do like I don't want to alienate my viewers. I really like all of my community, so I don't want to make my community upset by making political videos. I guess if I make political videos, I'm just gonna have to do it while making people know that it's like, if you're allowed to disagree with me and think I'm stupid for having a political opinion. That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. You have a very unique brand. Yeah, I know. It is already pretty unique. Get the opinion of another creator in the trans community about the video. That's the problem though. If I showed another like trans creator, they might like get mad at me because it's like a harsh video. Like, it would be pretty harsh. It'd be pretty harsh on like the trans community as a whole. Because I feel like there is a lot of problems within the trans community that no one really likes to talk about. Because if you're outside of the trans community, then you can't criticize it because it's within and you're seen as a transphobe. But if you're within the trans community, no one's actually willing to like say that. I don't know. Community's cool with it. We can handle it. I might get started on that. But I also want to make other videos too. So I'll probably do that at some point. But I also want to maybe try making the guitar stuff. I want to do the fishing stuff. I want to do more gun stuff. But ideally, if I could just make my YouTube brand whatever I want it to be a mix of guitars, guns, politics, and ass. Those are my four things. Center right, but sexually deaf left. How do you be sexually left and then not sexually right? How does that work? I'm here for the vibes. Do you want to be the authentic yourself or in the sexy outfits? What if I do the video in a bunny suit? Would that like offset the amount of people that if that offset the amount of people being upset by it? That's the plan, chat. I need to get my bunny suit back up and running, and then I'll be able to do that. I need to go find it. It's here somewhere. I need to wash it. I like the blue one. I just really want to pull the trigger. Oh yeah. I fuck femboys. That ain't right wing. Are you kidding me? I feel like fucking femboys is the most right-wing thing you can do. Have you seen any, like, Republican congressmen? They're all addicted to that pussy, dude. They are literally all. It's a poorly kept secret that the gayest people in politics are Republicans. It's true. Like, I don't even know who's denying that at this point. Have you seen, Alex Jones was, like, caught watching, like, trans prawn on his phone in, like, a court case. Like, bruh, the fucking, like, trans, like, sexual content hit Republicans like crack hit underimpoverished communities in the 80s. It's bad. You're aiming for Bonnie Blue level of sexy? I'm aiming for, like, who is that lady? Marilyn Monroe. I'm aiming for, like, Marilyn Monroe kind of sexy. So it was Nick Fuentes. Yeah, Nick Fuentes is super gay, though. Like, Nick Fuentes, didn't Destiny suck Nick Fuentes' dick? Like, that guy's, like, actually gay, isn't he? Not put off by the hypocrisy? No, I think the hypocrisy's hilarious. I think it's fucking hilarious. Like, obviously it's stupid, but, like, I think it's really funny. They're like, we need to ban pornography, and we need to stop these men from taking women hormones, and we need to do all this stuff. Oh, don't look at my search history. And find all the OnlyFans subscriptions to Finster I have. You wanna bang RFK Jr.? No, I wanna bang Baron. Dude, that guy's like a Greek god. RFK Jr. is like a fucking old dude. I don't wanna fuck RFK Jr. He's like, I mean, he's definitely ripped though. I gotta admit, RFK Jr. I wouldn't not fuck him, but he is very ripped. But he's like he's old, dude. He's like 80, man. He's like old enough to be my grandpa. That's just weird. The sucky video caught me off guard so fucking bad I was laughing for like 2.5 hours lol. Femboy's hard to find, but I'll also do envy, which means femme and smooth twinks generally. Oh, envy, yes, yeah. Baron? Dude, Baron's sexy. Alright. I don't know if I'd fuck him yet, because he might be still a little bit... I think, give him, like, 5 years, and Baron's gonna be, like, one of the sexiest men on Earth. Give him, like, 5 years. Destiny's a cuck. He let his girlfriend... I mean... Medical, I don't know why you felt the need to add to... I don't know if I'm allowed to allow that. I don't know. I'm gonna play my cards safe. I don't know why you felt the need to specify... the fact that the man was of a certain race. I think the fact that Destiny let his girlfriend get, like, fucked by another dude was enough. You'd be as tall as Baron's knee. I know, dude. That guy's a giant. He's, like, 7 foot tall. My god. Ben used to hang out with Count Dankula, didn't he? Yeah, he did. The hypocrisy is hilarious, but I don't know about encouraging it. I think encouraging it is the best way. Because you gotta understand, like, we're gonna end up in a reality where the gayest, like, the people advocating for gay people are gonna be Republicans, because it's gonna swap. I mean, the only people who are, like, hypocrites about it are, like, the old world Republicans. You know, like, what's his name? Fucking, the dude who was, like, got up and went, like, you know, he froze up, like, like, the real, like, 1 foot in the grave kind of Republicans that, you know, were around during, like, did their heyday during, like, the Bush administration. Those kind of older Republicans are the only ones that really hide it. I feel like modern Republicans are less... Mitch McConnell, yeah. That's the guy. Like, I feel like modern Republicans care less. Especially modern young people. I feel like modern republicanism is much more libertarian than it used to be. And because of that, it's much more... The attitude of a lot of young Republicans is just, I don't care, just don't fucking shove it in my face and we're good. And I think that's generally what, like... I think that's probably better for the, you know, gay people in the long run. Seems moronic. I mean, old Republicans are always moronic, though. I mean, you're talking about old world Republicans. They're a different breed. You gotta understand, the Republican Party that exists today is not the same party that existed 10 years ago. It's crazy. Unfortunately, they will continue the hypocrisy. They think they should be exempt to the rule. They want to force everyone else. Yeah, but the people who are really like that are kind of losing power. Like, the people like Mitch McConnell, for example, are clearly not on the new Republican side. It's like, whether you like it or not, the Republican Party has been galvanized and is a different party. It's a completely different party with different values and different ideas and different you know, I feel like Obama destroyed the Republican Party so handily, especially after the Bush administration, which was just kind of stupid. It was like the Republicans basically their only chance of winning an election was to rebrand and completely change, and they did. And I feel like the Democrats are in a similar position right now where they need a complete rebrand. It's like the Democrats are probably going to be completely different in 5 years than they are right now. How can you be attracted to folks younger than you? I thought you were a card-holding certified bottom. I am, but Barron is... Have you seen Barron? Have you seen Barron Trump? Have you seen this man? Plus, Barron is, like, much more my age. Like, isn't he, like, around my age? He's, like, a couple years younger, but, like... What the fuck? You won't let me do this? Alright, whatever. Like, look at this guy. Like, this is him in 2016. He looks like a little baby boy. And then, my god. He looks like a Greek god. Look at this fucking dude. Give him 5 years. I'm telling you, chat. Give him 5 years. Barron Trump, not shopping. Greek god. There's not to compare. Oh, here it is. Like, come on. What the fuck is that shit, dude? Listen, he's 6'7". I know, right? He's 19. Okay, 19 isn't... I'm 24. Like, listen, I'm never gonna fuck Barron Trump. It's never gonna happen, alright? Like, let's not beat around the bush. I'm never actually going to, like, meet this guy in real life. That's never happening. So, it doesn't even matter. But you can't lie. Man is attractive. And I feel like he's getting more attractive as he gets older. Stop drilling. Shush. And before Homegirl goes to DM later. Bro! You know how many problems that would solve for me? Dude needs to hit the gym with RFK Jr. Truly. And it's the process of flipping on foreign interventionism the day Hegseth and Gabbard stopped a planned Iran kinetic action. That's interesting. I mean, supporting people that publicly want to restrict LGBT, but are secretly raging homo seems moronic. I guess that's true, but from my perspective, like, I'm like quote unquote trans, but I feel like the Democratic Party has done more damage to the trans community in the past 10 years than the Republican Party has. I feel like recently there's been a lot of legislation that's been passed that's not been great. Necessarily if you're a trans person, but they're not like terrible either. Like, I don't think there hasn't been like some piece of legislation that's been passed that has prevented trans people from like existing just normally. Like, there's things on sports. I personally don't think trans people should be in sports. That's just my opinion, which I know is a hot take, but like, if you went through any amount of male puberty, you have an advantage. It's just a biological fact. Like, it doesn't matter what you think, it's a biological fact. And so if you have a biological advantage that's just straight up unfair, that defeats the whole purpose of a sport, of a competitive sport. It's just not fair. And so there's no reason that should ever be a thing. And that's like, when you look at that, like, that's where most of like the legislations come from. And so I don't really care about that stuff. What I do care about is when like the Democratic Party pushes things like Trans Visibility Day, and I feel like it just hurts trans people. It doesn't help trans people at all. It just puts trans people in the forefront, which causes them to be hated. It's like, it feels to me like the Democratic Party is using trans people as a shield to take up all of the hate. It's like, oh, we're doing really bad right now. Let's like force trans people in the mainstream so that everybody's gonna hate them and attack them instead. It feels like we're being used as cannon fodder, not as like an actual, 24-year-olds stalking a 19-year-old is creepy. I'm not stalking him. What the fuck, dude? Some of us are built like Greek gods. Unfortunately, some of us are built like Greek restaurants. Not the only trans gender non-conforming person who feels that way. I know I'm not the only person who feels that way. I see a lot of people who have the same kind of complaints. Where the Democratic Party really seems like they only care about us just to use us as political cannon fodder. And I think that a lot of people know that, but it's really upsetting. That's kind of why, for me, like, I feel like I support, like, old Republicans more than the Democratic Party, because at least old Republicans aren't lying to us, you know what I mean? Be nice to Cougar Astra. I consider you cool. Finster style femboy more than trans because your vibe and dude don't speak girl voice all the time. Example, Finster X Ashley is like full-time chick, so trans girl to me. That makes sense. That makes sense. I feel like that's probably the vibe I go for, is the Stallfo vibe more than like trans vibe, but I feel like some people in the Democratic Party want to divide Americans by race and orientation. I think that's true. I genuinely think, though, that a lot of people in the Democratic Party are only trying to use trans people as a means to an end. I think Trans Visibility Day is a great example of what I'm talking about. Trans Visibility Day is the single worst thing that you could ever do to trans people. It's like, every single trans person I know does not want to be seen as trans. They just want to blend in, live a normal life, and live their own life. They don't want to be seen as trans. They want to be seen as the gender they're trying to become, right? It's like, if I don't want to be seen as a trans woman. I want to be seen as a woman. But the fact that you put trans in front of that means that you're not a woman, you're a trans woman. And I feel like the Democratic Party has pushed that narrative so hard to the point where it actively hurts trans people. I mentioned Finn on Ashley's stream and she kicked me out. Damn, is it that bad? I thought the breakup was like nice, but was the breakup like bad, like messy? Ooh, is there drama that I don't know about? Can chat fill me in on the deets of the drama? Your natural voice doesn't match the feminine face. I know. I can always change my voice, and maybe if I make, like, YouTube videos, I'll just use exclusively girl voice in the YouTube videos just to fuck with people, and then I'll always just use the normal, like, dude voice on stream just to really fuck with people. What do you mean Republicans don't lie to you? You literally just said you, like, think their hypocrisy is hilarious and should be encouraged. I don't think it should be necessarily encouraged, but I don't think them... I feel like that's not necessarily the same thing. And it's like... If you're gonna complain about one party lying to you, they're both lying. Like, they're both lying to you. Like, there's not a single party that doesn't lie to you. I mean, let's be honest here. The Democratic Party lies all the fucking time. I would say the Democratic Party probably lies more than the Republican Party, but, like, old Republicans definitely lie more. And I don't think any line is good, but it's like, you can't really... say, oh, I'm Democratic because I think the Republicans lie. Well, it's like, well, obvious. I hate to break it to you, but they're all lying to you. Ashley is with a guy from Norway. Oh. Like your girl voice, really good. Oh, thank you. I feel like it's just something where she's tired of people only coming in and asking about Finn. Oh, that makes sense. That probably is what happens a lot. It's the numbers. Astra, how many trans women look like you or Icky? I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. That's another thing about, like, transgenderism as a whole process, and I feel like it's kind of destroying people's lives, and people don't want to talk about. I feel like the Democratic Party overly encourages people to become trans, and that's a bad thing. Because if you're not trans and you transition, you're destroying your life. There's just no two ways about it. I feel like a decision to transition is not nearly as important as people think it is. Or it's not nearly as... People don't think it's as important as it is. I mean, that's the opposite. I said the opposite of what I meant there. I mean, people don't think that the decision to become trans is as important as it is, because it's very important. Thank you, Peter Bill Amsterdam, for the 18 months. Thank you so much. Just speaking from a DACA angle, DACA was childhood arrivals. Those children are in their late 30s, early 40s now, and have children entering college who have children reaching voting age, and the Dem Party has delivered zero progress on the DACA status. But hey, maybe congressional session or admin as long as you keep voting blue. Yeah, I don't know. The Democratic Party is just a mess. Like, I don't even think the Democratic Party exists anymore. They have completely just lost the sauce. They are just fucked up. There's no cohesion in the Democratic Party. It's all infighting. The reason why Republicans beat the Democrats so handily was probably mainly just because they had a galvanized leader who everybody who could rally around and like kind of push for. But the Democrats don't have that, and they keep fucking up, and they don't have any idea of what they're actually doing. Astra mods are fun and open-minded, but they have their limitations. Yeah. I think they blame her for Finn not streaming anymore. Oh, that's dumb. I always hate it when people like go attack other content creators because they feel like they affected something else. Just leave people alone, man. If a U.S. Democrat or Republican reaches the finals, then the people you should have voted for got too little campaign funding, so they go, I'll try again next time because they won't make rich richer. I think the gays need to take back the F word. Am I cooked? I think no one should care. I feel like you should be able to say the F word and not have anybody care. I feel like you put too much weight on that word. The word is used as a hate word because you've given it weight. If you take away the weight, it has no meaning and it doesn't have any like actual power. So like it only has power because people who don't like the word give it power. It's like F Foxtrot Alpha Golf. I missed when the F word was greeting, to be fair. I mean, there's a lot of words like that. Like, the R word. I love the R word. It's like one of my favorite words. I said Ashley mods, not Astra mods timed me out. Oh, I see. The Dems are so fucked up. Some are thinking they should join the GOP and use trans people as scapegoats. I mean, that's a lot of what. That's the thing. What happens a lot. It's like a lot of Democrats, even within the Democratic Party, are like saying that we need to like distance ourselves from the trans people because they are such a target. But the reason why trans people are a target is because the Democrats made us a target. Like, we're not a target because of any other reason than the Democrats fucking just throwing us into the battlefield and just saying, look at trans people, and then everyone's like, ew, and then they're like, oh, all you guys suck for not liking trans people, and then everybody hates trans people because the Democrats did nothing but shove trans people in everyone's faces for years. What do you think is gonna happen when you take a semi-ugly trans person and put them on the fucking face of a Bud Light can? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Dylan Mulvaney has done more damage objectively to the trans community than any Republican lawmaker. It's just, like, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? Bud Light, the drink drank by, like, rural conservatives, you stuck, the ugliest trans person in existence on that can and said, hey, look at this, you like this, right? It's like, what did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna happen? Now, if you want to get into, like, conspiracies, maybe they did that on purpose. I think they did it on purpose, because there's no other reason why you'd do that. Like, there's no other reason. Because I could have told anybody a mile away that was going to happen. Most countries don't have adverts that say, this message is approved by and so. We don't allow adverts aimed at children. Seems Sean Spider coming out in 2016 to specifically compare crowd sizes and brazenly lie about it doesn't register in any way at all. I don't know who you're talking about, reindeers. I think people who are bringing back the R word because everyone's autistic. The word queer used to be like that until it was came back. I don't even know what the word queer means. I think it's kind of I don't like that word. It just doesn't sound very good. I would bang Dylan if I was drunk. California Governor Gavin Newsom's been backpedaling on some trans issues. It's really funny how people denounce Ford and Bud Light. Bud Light is shit anyway. I've never had Bud Light. I don't think the pastors spending a good portion of their sermons shitting on LGBT people does less damage. No, I do think it does less damage. I absolutely do. Because that doesn't put things in like a worldwide perspective. Dylan Mulvaney caused so much trans hate because everybody hated Dylan Mulvaney. And whether we as trans people like it or not, that Dylan in that campaign represented all of trans people. And Dylan represented trans people in such a negative light that the overall attitude toward trans people has gotten worse. It's like there is no doubt in my mind that Dylan has done more damage than some local pastor saying, we don't like them putting on dresses and making us question our feelings. It's sinful. It's sinful, I tell you. It's like, what did you think was going to happen? Come on. And it's just not, that doesn't do nearly as much damage as a global, like, Bud Light has not recovered from the Dylan Mulvaney thing, which is insane. They haven't recovered. And it's because it did so much damage to not only the Bud Light brand, but the trans people as a whole, that it just, it was terrible. They had trans people before Dylan. Not, a lot of people didn't. I would wager a guess that a lot of trans people, a lot of people who hate trans people started with things like Dylan Mulvaney. It's those things that cause people to hate trans people. It's when you shove trans people in people's faces and say, you need to accept this, that's what causes people to hate trans people. People don't just innately hate trans people because they exist. They hate trans people because they were forced to, like, it was shoved in their faces. Like, I don't believe that people who just hate trans people for just no reason. I believe they hate us because of that. Because of Dylan Mulvaney. Because it's shoved in our fucking faces all the time. I don't think you quite got the joke. I said Norwegian, and most European kids said US politics adverts like we're quality. Wait, what? I'm pretty sure having preachers constantly shit talk on a weekly basis reinforces hatred more. I don't think pastors just constantly shit talk LGBT issues. I don't think you go to a church. I think if you go to any church in the U.S. and you walk inside, there's a pretty low chance that they're going to be talking about LGBT issues, unless it's like the specific topic, or unless it's in world news, like when Dylan Mulvaney goes on a Bud Light can and makes everyone care about it. Like, I feel like the only reason why pastors are even talking about it is because of the Dylan Mulvaney stuff. And I like, Dylan Mulvaney is just one example. Like, I don't mean Dylan Mulvaney is one example of this that's causing the problems. And it's all pushed by the Democratic Party. And I think the Democratic Party, again, that's why I think the Democratic Party by far does more damage to the trans people, the trans community, than anyone else. It's like, if you're gonna think that, like, how often did you go to church growing up? I went to church a lot growing up. Like, a lot growing up. I went there all the time. And I never once heard them say that trans people are evil, or that gay people are evil. The churches that I went to were all like, you know, these gay people are just hurting. We need to give them love and support to get. You know, that's the message that most of them send. Not, we need to hate these people. Like, Christians generally don't like to hate people. Religious people don't tend to hate people. Like, it's usually against most religions is hate. Most religions are against hate. So it's like, absolutely, if there's a church that's talking about LGBT issues, it's most likely because it's in the cultural zeitgeist, because trans people are in the cultural zeitgeist, because the Democratic Party has pushed trans people into the cultural zeitgeist, which has caused us to be a target. I don't know. I could be completely wrong on this, chat. I'm just a dumbass. You're cute and passable, so whatever bathroom you want is fine. If you were 6 hairy with makeup and a wig, not cool with at all. Use men's room. I feel like that's a definitely I feel like that's probably the right way to look at it, Keylane. But a lot of people don't look at it that way. The loud, unfortunately, the loud vocal minority is due to the way social media is designed. Hence, you often get people using the worst example to shit on trans community as a whole. Quite a few of them actively do condemn LGBT people. I had an entire sermon in the military telling me how gays were grooming people, and the movie American Beauty came out and had a pastor tell me that men who wore earrings were sinful and going to hell. I'm a devout Baptist, but there are so many people who preach hate. I definitely think that's true, is that there are people who preach hate. Like, of course that happens. In my personal experience, I've definitely been to church, like, a lot in my life, and that's never been something that I have noticed. Like, I've never heard, like, that happen. But in my opinion, and if it ever does happen, it's because it's culturally relevant. And it's only culturally relevant because you have the Democratic Party putting fucking Dylan Mulvaney on Bud Light cans. It's like, I would wager a guess to say that a lot of preachers who talked shit about, like, LGBT issues did so in response to, like, the Dylan Mulvaney thing. Survivor bias? I need more Cheetos. I'll have to open a new bag of Doritos. The Republicans have been the #1 prompter of anti-trans rhetoric. The Democrats have failed trans people, but not by pushing them forward, but by letting the opposition yell unopposed. I just disagree with that, Mischievous. I feel like that's a definitely, like, I understand where you're coming from, but I feel like the reason why the Republican Party is so anti-trans is because the Republican Party is so anti-trans because the Democratic Party is so pro-trans. It's, like, overtly pro-trans. Like, I feel like we should definitely, like, have trans rights and everything like that, but so long as I can take my estrogen and wear whatever clothes I want, I feel like I have enough rights. It's not... I don't feel like I'm lacking rights, or that I need, like, special privileges as a trans person. But I feel like the Democratic Party's insistency on pushing trans people is causing a backlash on the Republican side. It's like every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and I feel like anyone who can be blamed for the negative, if anyone can be blamed for the negative attention brought on trans people, it's Democrats, because Democrats are the people who put trans people in the cultural zeitgeist. If I was a colonial in the Norwegian Air Force, I would use my authority to pick you up and transfer you to anywhere else. And if you currently live in the U.S., I'd get approved as a human rights case. What? I would pick you up and transfer you to anywhere else? What? You would kidnap me from the United States? What? You just have a big hate boner for Dylan Mulvaney. I kind of do, because, I truly believe Dylan Mulvaney has done damage to the trans community. I feel like that's absolutely true. Proposition 8 only passed by 2-1 margin in California. Remember, Obama was opposed as well. Winds blow, opinions change. Very true. There's clips of Obama saying that he does not support gay marriage. It's just crazy to think about nowadays. But it's like back in 2008, saying that you supported gay marriage was a much different thing than it is today. Try to meet the nutcase Republicans halfway. They'll meet you halfway to nutcase town. Your views are too spicy for the trans community. Are they? Yeah, they might be. They might be. I have some spicy views, chat. Don't get Astra started on Caitlyn Jenner. I don't think even Caitlyn Jenner's this bad. Like, Caitlyn Jenner, I feel like I respect Caitlyn Jenner way more than I do Dylan Mulvaney. And it's not so much that I hate Dylan Mulvaney specifically. Like, I don't think Dylan Mulvaney themselves is a bad person. I think the problem with Dylan Mulvaney is how people used Dylan Mulvaney to push the trans agenda, and it blew up in our face. You'd unmute Esther's kids. This is what I'm saying. And so every time I talk about politics, is people start, like, muting me. People don't like to hear. They don't like to hear the truth, chat. They don't like to hear it. It's a hard truth, but it's a truth. How do you explain Trump's insistence that he won the trade deal with the UK unless they revoke protections from hate speech for members of the LGBT? What? How do you explain Trump's insistence that he won't make a trade deal with the UK unless they revoke protections from hate speech for members of the LGBTQIA members? I have no idea what you're talking about, Mischievous. I have never, unless you give me an article or something, I have no idea what you're talking about. Also, the trade deal thing, I feel like, is not... It's a much more complicated game that Trump is playing with the trade deal that has much more to do with global tensions and political geopolitics than it does with just trade. I feel like the tariffs are not necessarily meant to accomplish anything with trade. I'll DM you my questions since you're in politics mode. Lol. Am I playing with fire? Am I playing with fire? See, here's the thing. Every time I'm like, oh, I kind of want to talk about politics, everybody's like, yeah, talk about politics. And then I do, and people are like, oh. There are more pressing matters like climate change or ocean population, yet people care about a person's gender identity, whether it doesn't affect them. Beauty blockers transition for minors, military service, and transgender women in sports. Do you think Republicans will go beyond that? I don't. I really don't think Republicans will go beyond that. I think there will be an attempt by some Republicans to go beyond that, but I think the Republican Party as a whole, again, I think the Republican Party as a whole is more libertarian. So it doesn't really align with Republican values to start going further than that, because then if you're gonna go further than that, then you have to restrict adults' ability to do things. Like, if you're gonna restrict adults' ability to get estrogen, that creates a lot of issues that is not super easy to deal with. Like, most people who take prescription estrogen are not trans people. And so if you're going to make restrictions on getting estrogen as an adult, you're going to affect mostly people who are not trans. So it just doesn't work as well as you might want it to. And I don't think that Republicans really care about that. I think Republicans care about protecting children, keeping men out of women's spaces, and that's it. I think that's what Republicans really care about. And keeping trans people from being able to get estrogen, which in my mind is the only thing I really care about. Like, I don't care about my gender marker. As long as I can change my name and I can take estrogen and wear women's clothes in public, that's all I care about. So long as it's not, like, overtly, like, sexual or something like that, obviously. But, like, if I can wear a dress in public legally, that's all I care about. And if you're a Republican and you're going to say, well, you can't wear certain clothes in public, then that's just total, like, tyrannical. Like, it might as well be, like, a third world Muslim country where it's like, you have to wear this or else you're going to jail. Like, what? It just gets too messy too quickly when you start doing that. This channel does have your name on it. You can talk about whatever your heart desires. It's true. I don't think you should talk about politics, but I don't want to gatekeep you like Buff. True. Would you consider calling Fort Myers radio show? What the fuck are you doing, Puck? Oh, that's Moogie. Hi, Moogie. I would call it Fort Myers radio show. I just don't know what it is. Remember trans people that claim we get period pains? That's kind of crazy. Doesn't help out. We lack a uterus in which to cramp. Therefore, those claims are deeply delusional. There's a lot of that stuff that's just kind of crazy. I feel like that kind of thing also hurts the trans community. It just discredits us. It's like, well, obviously, if you think this is true, then you're obviously like completely ridiculous. But most people don't think that's real. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, his opinion has evolved and changed. It's possible with more time and discourse. The rest is not a position and can start to move. Yeah. There was that was JD Vance saying that, not Trump. Astra, the UK laws that protect trans people from other minorities against hate speech. JD Vance said that a trade deal would only be signed if we change the laws to match the US's. This would not go down very well here. You say that as if the UK is better for trans people than the US, which in my experience has been the complete opposite. I'd much rather be trans in the US than the UK, let's be sure. Like, I feel like being trans in the UK is like 5 times worse than it is here in the US. They are getting around that by saying they want to stop gender-affirming care for trans-identified people, and their favorite term is trans-identified men. Yeah, but why does the Republicans care about gender-affirming care for adults? Why do they care about that? The problem is they're not gonna have any like popular support for that because no one cares. Like, people generally don't like affecting people's lives if it doesn't affect other people. Like, it just doesn't make sense. There's no reason for that other than we just don't like trans people. If you're gonna say there's a reason why we don't want men in women's bathrooms, there's a reason for that, right? You could say, why do you want that? Because we don't want sexual assaults to happen in our women's bathrooms, right? That's fine. But if you're going to say, why don't you like gender-affirming care for adults who are consenting, it's like, well, I just don't like trans people. Well, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I could be totally wrong, Chet. I could be totally wrong. And they might completely try to ban trans people and put us all in camps. But I think it's very unlikely that happens. It's about racism as hate speech, too? What? I'm not really sure what's going on with that Europe question. I really don't know. Why do they care? They keep saying they don't care, but they keep passing legislation. Like, what legislation? Like, what legislation? You can't just say they keep passing legislation and not say what legislation. I generally don't. I live in Florida, one of the worst places, according to the left, to be trans, right? There are people who would consider me in danger because I live in Florida. But from my experiences specifically, I have gotten a lot more I've had such an easier time being trans in Florida than I did in Iowa that it's noticeably easier to be trans here than in Iowa. Yet people will say that Florida is the worst place you can possibly be as a trans person. It's just ridiculous. A lot of people read articles and they just don't have any other opinions than what they read on an article header, and then that's just what they do, and that's really not good. I'm not sure the party that is fundamentally backed by evangelicals will ever give any amount on LGBT matters. Let me get whatever you're smoking if you think that's the case. I think you're connecting evangelicals with the Republican Party too much. Some of the trans people might have a small pieces of bits that give monthly pains. We have 4 to 6 fingers, so we have people with half a uterus and a quarter. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? What? You can't just pass a Supreme Court law that has upset the trans community. I think anyone would think you're a threat. I'll do a fit check in a second. They're already taking away people's careers in the military, but you don't have to. You don't have no interest in serving, so it doesn't bother you. That's already in and want to continue. Be damned. Yeah, but why would you want to be in the military as a trans person? Like, I don't know. That one doesn't really upset me that much. And maybe that one should, but I don't know. That I will admit, I just don't care about that one because I just don't care about them. I do not want to serve in the military. I served in the military. I mean, I think that, like, trans people probably should be allowed to serve in the military, but I'm not that upset by that ruling, to be honest with you. Commander Emily Schilling, you should look her up. I don't know who that is. If they put you in camps, and me and Trey and Batfires would break you out. I don't think they're putting anybody in camps. I think that's silly. That's silly. They're not gonna do that. I know, Moogie. Aww. She just wants food, even though I fed you like a couple of hours ago. And you don't need food, but you just want food. Isn't that right, Moogie? Oh, there she goes. Salsily until it happens? I just don't think it will. You're going to horny camp. They're actively doing that right now. Where? They're putting people in camps? Where? Where are they putting people in camps? Just because you may not want to do that, surely you view that as about the right of others? Well, I don't necessarily think... I don't know. I don't really have that much of an opinion on the military thing, other than I like it solely because I don't want to get drafted. Like, that makes me like it specifically. I do think that trans people should probably have the ability to serve in the military, but the military needs to assess the people who are joining the military and choose the best people who are fit for the job. It's like, I feel like trans people in the military are probably more well served for, like, the Air Force and things like that, where, like, you don't actually have to fight in the front line. But it doesn't seem appropriate to me that we send trans people who are F or M to F to the front lines, because they're actively taking medicines that make them less combat ready. It's like, whether you agree with Trump's decision or not, taking estrogen makes you less of a soldier. Just it does. It decreases... So anything that decreases your muscle mass and decreases your energy is not good for fighting wars. And so it makes sense in that sense. Like, and I think the U.S. military has a right to pick and choose who they accept into the military. I don't think people have the right to serve in the military necessarily. You don't think the conversion therapy camps exist? Show me them. Where are they? And why are people being forced to go there? Biology is imperfect. That's why we are all made female. Some don't get the right genetic signals to change to a male, and when the crotch does, and vice versa, and even the middle. But when people don't get either, their signal becomes asexual. I know I'm nonpartisan since day one. I vote my mind. I know many people who would probably surprise you as to where they fall on the political scale, as how they treat LGBT issues. I feel free to enjoy it all you want. All right, so, yeah. Ugh. A lot of words. Hold on, chat. Would you join the military if your job was to design guns for troops? No, because I don't want to join the military. Hold on. There was a fit check, and I have to do the fit check. I'm not really wearing a fit today, chat, but... Fit check. I can get drafted because of mental illness. Same, bro. Except the Navy, it should stay 100% gay. In the Navy. In Guatemalan prison that they refuse to return people from, they have actively accidentally sent people there, and Trump, against the judge's ruling, refuses to bring any of them back through the process, even though American citizens with zero criminal history. As far as I know, that guy was not an American citizen, and he was an illegal immigrant, but I don't know enough about the situation to say anything else. But they're not sending trans people to camps. Like, show me the trans person who was sent to a conversion therapy camp, or any camp at all. But you refuse to look up Commander Schilling? Because I don't know who that is. And I don't, you're asking me to like, you're putting the burden of looking something up on me. But it should be on, the burden of proof is on you, dude. I'm trying, listen, I'm trying to like read, chat is moving very fast right now. And so I'm trying to read as much of chat as I can. So just stay with it. I don't know who that is. And it's not that I refuse to look them up, it's just that I'm reading chat. There are many women in frontline military roles worldwide. I'm not gonna delve into that topic. I'm not gonna delve into that one. Luckily, I can't get drafted because of my mental illness. Yeah. Zico is in El Salvador. Yes. What about it? Would you join the military if they let you bring your cat? No, because I don't want to. I don't want to die for some like third world country I don't care about. Like, I'm not gonna die for Ukraine. I'm not gonna die for Taiwan. Like, I don't want to go fight. The only time I would ever want to join the military is if there was a battle on my home turf. If there was like a battle, people were fighting in American soil, then I'd be like, all right, let's fuck them up. But I'm not gonna fucking go across the world to go die in some foreign land. Fuck that. Summer camp, got him. Had a permit to work, they wouldn't give that to an illegal immigrant. Yes, they would. Just like they wouldn't give social security benefits to illegal immigrants, right? Actually, I have a real question. Go ahead. God, chat is moving so quickly. I cannot read all of chat. Hold on. I'm gonna move this so I can read chat easier. Alright, Schilling served almost 20 years in the Navy. She flew combat sorties and was a test pilot. She's trans and now was kicked out. And you know why she's kicked out? Because she was trans? But she's just one person. And like, again, I don't know if there's like, if being trans is like negatively affects your ability to be in the military, then I don't feel like there's a reason then probably shouldn't be in the military. I don't know enough about that situation though. I feel like there's probably a lot more to that I don't know, and so I can't really say anything more about it. I'll provide you with as many sources as you like if you're willing to open and be reading with an open mind. Of course, I'm always open to reading anything with an open mind, mischievous. I'm always open to changing my own mind. I would join the Norwegian military if we were invaded, even though they denied me because I take a single pill every 8 hours. I'd be a true asshole lone sniper. I'm going to the gay correction camp. I gotta go pray the gay away, chat. But the boo-boo baba require your sacrifice. Calling Taiwan and Ukraine as third world countries? Well, I didn't specifically say that they were third world countries. I just didn't want to die in some third world country. I didn't specifically call them third world countries. Ukraine is like a second world country and Taiwan is Is Taiwan a first world country? I think they're either first or second, but it's also not an insult to say a country is third world because there are plenty of third world countries out there that are not bad countries or places to live. It's not an insult to be a third world country. It's just that there are some countries that are third world and some that are not. It's like I don't think that like Egypt is a bad place just because it's not a first world country. I think there was an order to deport him except to El Salvador. I don't know. There's more to that. A lot of people like say things without knowing really what's going on. I should bear the suit and said that looks cute, and she knows chat would think she's a furry. You started this word storm with politics. I know, but here's the deal, chat, is I actively enjoy it. Like, I'm having so much fun right now. I love talking about politics. That's the problem is I love talking about politics. But your constitution says everyone has the right to due process, and before you say it's the Constitution applies to everyone in the U.S. jurisdiction, citizen or not. Again, I don't know enough about that specific situation other than what I've just seen surface level. All I know is Pam Bondi, like, I know on the press briefing with the El Salvadorian president, they said specifically that he was an illegal immigrant who was there illegally and was not allowed into this country. And the only reason why anyone had a problem with it was because he was deported and, like, he shouldn't have been deported to El Salvador, but he was. And then people got mad, even though he should have been deported, just not to the wrong place. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I really don't. Can Trey slow down the flow of chat messages? I don't want Trey to slow down the flow of message. I like the chat flow, but I'm trying to read everybody I can. I like it when I have stuff to read in chat. I know trans people that have gone to camps, like, they were summer camps, though. Yeah, summer camps are a little bit different, aren't they? It's a little bit different. But taking away their career aspirations is okay to you because it means you're safe from the very small chance that you'll be a drafter. I can't really say that Trump's order that bans people from the military is a good thing. I'm not willing to like support that move. I can say I like that move because it means I don't have to be, because it benefits me specifically. But I don't necessarily think if I was president, I don't know if I would do that the same way. I don't know if I would make it so trans people can't serve in the military. Again, I feel like trans people definitely have a spot in the military that they can occupy. Like, I feel like a trans drone operator is more dangerous than like a normal drone operator, because like I feel like the trans furry like autism kid is gonna be a much more dangerous drone operator than anyone else. But again, I don't know enough about it, and I'm not gonna say that it should or shouldn't happen. But there's I could see a reality where there is a reason to do that. That's all I'll say. You can stick it in slow mode. I could stick it in slow mode, but I don't want to. All of my coworkers are illegal immigrants. I went to space camp. Are they anxious about Trump? Astra's too old to be drafted anyway. I'm not too old to be drafted. Dude, Astra, my guy, I'm pretty sure drafting people involves evaluating cognitive and physical fitness. You keep saying you enjoy not being drafted as if you're a prime candidate for being drafted anyway. Reindeers, let me give you an example of why I don't care what current drafting standards are. Look at Russia. Look at Ukraine. Ukraine is grabbing old men, like 50-year-old, 60-year-old old men off the streets. They like literally pulling up in a van, hopping out, grabbing them like they're abducting like a 20-year-old girl, and then dragging them to the recruitment office. Like, countries will be like, oh, we only want the best until there's a manpower shortage. In which case, all of a sudden, I bet you, if that ever did happen, though, that the rule of no trans people in the military would go right away. Oh, we just need more bodies to throw at the meat grinder? Just take everybody we can find. That's usually how it happens. Astra, why do you look like an Ewok? Because it's cozy. Oh, sorry. They didn't want you to be stressed out. No, I'm having a good time. Now, all trans people are autistic or even like that, though? No, of course not. And I don't know. Again, I don't know enough about like the military and what they're looking for to really say if trans people should or shouldn't be in the military. The court had a hold on deportation on him specifically before all this happened. They used to claim that he was a member of an M13 to say that hold didn't apply, except they have no proof he was a member. I don't really know enough about it. I'd have to like genuinely look into that case specifically. Ukraine has an American trans propaganda officer named Sarah Ashton Carrillo. American trans propaganda officer? Who? What? I wouldn't be drafted because I have stage 4 brain rot. I don't know. It's like, I feel like if you're willing to say that if you take like an SSRI, then you're disqualified for military service, then if you take estrogen as a male, then you also, it's also a kind of understandable thing. Just because estrogen is not a performance enhancing drug. I feel like, though, at that same key, that maybe that women who take tea should be allowed in because it is a performance-enhancing drug. But I don't know enough about military or what has to do with that to really say anything with 100% confidence. You'd be 11 pounds. Yeah, they would draft me if they needed enough bodies. I fully believe it. The court had a whole... yeah. The only issue with Garcia was him being sent to CCOT. He did not meet the specific criteria for that level of prison. He did have a final deportation order from the U.S. immigration judge. So if he was supposed to be deported anyway, and people are just mad that he went to CCOT, I don't really care. It's like, I maybe that's bad to say. Maybe that's fucked up for me to say, because CCOT is really fucked up. I get that. But if you're not an American citizen, and you come here illegally, and you're gonna be deported anyway, I don't care. You made the choice to enter this country illegally, then you have to face those actions. It's up. And really, they even said that El Salvador can like return him if they wanted, and El Salvador said no, we're not going to return this guy, because it had to do with like there was like a mistake on where I don't know. It was some weird thing, but I don't like he was still supposed to be deported. About RFK Jr.'s comments on autism, I'm not. You'd have to tell me what those were. I don't know what he said about that. I will build an army of testosterone bull dykes. Honestly, I would be more scared of that than anything. The military will allow you in if you are on an SSRI. The number of waivers, I went in with people who used to smoke crack. They stopped when they joined, but they did have a waiver. Ooh. Being drafted doesn't strictly mean being thrown in the front line, maybe like a mechanic, technician, or comms. It just depends on the state of the war. I guarantee you, if you're being drafted in Russia or Ukraine, you're probably going to the front lines. It doesn't matter who you are, how fucked up you are, or what you're doing. They don't care. They just want bodies. Trans people have a place in the military. Barracks bottoms. Barrack bunny. Yeah, if World War III occurs, everyone may be at war if they want to or not. Yeah. I know it's kind of fucked up to rob people of their desire to pursue their career aspirations just because you think the government is licking its chops to recruit you of all people. Well, listen, again, Reindeer, you're assuming that I'm like fully in support of that move, but I really don't have that much of an opinion on it, other than I like it because I don't have to specifically serve. But I'm not saying that it overall is a good idea to completely bar trans people from the military. I don't know. Like, I don't know enough about the military. I don't know enough about how being trans affects the effectiveness of a person in the military. I don't know those statistics. So I can't tell you that it's like, oh, that was a horrible move by Trump, or I completely support that move by Trump. All I can say that for me specifically, it has benefited me. But that doesn't mean I necessarily think that that's the right thing to do. You're harking too much on the military thing, buddy. I don't care that much. Why are you dead set on the idea that you'll be a bullet catcher? Well, because if I mean, here's the thing though. Is like I don't think that like Trump's like executive order will stop me from being a bullet catcher. Because if there's a war where like bodies are needed, they're gonna get bodies, and they don't care where it comes from. It's like I'm dead set on that idea, reindeers, because I'm very historical, and I've watched a lot of historical things, and I know historically how drafts and things tend to work. Is what you can fog up a mirror, you can stop a bullet. Get out there on the front lines. That's typically how it goes when shit gets real hot. He was claiming asylum. Surely that should be discerned first. I don't know how I feel about asylum seeking. That's a whole different can of worms. What if ICE busted you and said you said you're from the Bahamas? I'd say send me back. I'd love to spend a couple months in the Bahamas. Whether you're gonna put me in some sort of prison, well, I'll get molested every day by big, strong Bahama men with palm trees out in the distance. That sounds like a pretty good time. I don't know what you're talking about. I actually didn't rob anyone of anything. The barracks bunny's only equipment issued are knee pads. Would you join the military if they gave you a free E30? Hell no. I would not join the military if they gave me a lot of shit for free. You gotta take bodies from the graveyard. Trump did not call Astra for her opinion before he insinuated the executive order. Yeah, again, it's like, literally, if I had any control, I probably would not have done that executive order. I feel like that executive order doesn't benefit people. I don't have that much of an opinion on it, other than I like the fact that I can't get drafted right now. That's literally it. What if they gave you a free Davy Crockett? What the fuck am I gonna do with a Davy Crockett? Commit war crimes? I don't wanna get, well... I was about to say, I don't want to go to jail, but wait a minute, there are big, handsome, strong men in jail. I'd be willing to bet that trans people who want to serve are more than capable. Again, reindeers, I don't know that enough about that specifically. I can't really talk about the military, trans people in the military issue that much. I really just can't. What is it with you and prison fetishes? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. That's just not military material. I feel like most trans people aren't, though. Any trans people I've ever met has not been military material. I've never met a trans person who's military material. I've known veterans, and I've known, like, guys who are military material. I'm not saying that they don't exist, because they do, but I personally have never met a trans person who was military material. Hello, Asher. Good evening. I'd like to know how soothing social... I would like to know how the soothing social ability of the capybara inserted in multifaceted ecosystems reflects perceptions of ataraxia. intersubjectivity, and teleology challenging anthropocentric paradigms. I got through that one pretty well, I'd like to say. I'd like to just say I think I did pretty well on that one. I think I did pretty good on that one, Gabriel. I think I did pretty good. There's a lot of big words in that sentence. I'm not really sure what any of it means, but I think I did pretty good. RFK Jr. was saying that autism destroys lives and autistic people will never pay taxes, hold a job, or get on a date. As a person who has found out recently that I'm likely to be autistic, hold a job, and pay taxes, and am married, it seems a very strange thing to say. Well, being autistic is not a good thing. I mean, listen, I'm probably autistic, but I don't think it's a good thing by any means. It's like, it absolutely affects people's ability to function in society. Of course it does. I mean, I know autistic people. I'm friends with a lot of autistic people. I'm probably autistic myself. I mean, I'm undiagnosed, but I'm pretty sure. But, like, it's not a good thing to be autistic. Like, you wouldn't ever want your child to be autistic. Like, that's not something you'd want. And from RFK Jr.'s perspective, it seems like he's saying that the reason why there's so much people with autism now is because of our diets and the horrible practices our, like, food industry has, like putting red 40 in things and putting seed oil in everything. Like, that has serious mental health ramifications in our citizens, and it's like we should probably be looking at that. And it's like, it's not saying that it's not like it's saying that autistic people are bad people. It's just that it's not good. They're hurting people, and they're people with mental issues, and we should try to make it so that people who are born in these countries aren't born with mental issues. When I first saw you, I thought, yeah, you can beat everyone up. Yeah, I could beat everybody up. My dad could beat up your dad. I'm just kidding. My dad's a bitch. Did he say it was caused by vaccines? I literally know a guy who has a son who is autistic because of a vaccine. But yeah. Love it if they sent you to a prison and the first few days they put you alone in a cell, but just in view of the rest of the big bad hungry cellmates, and they can plan slowly what they'll do to you. I would just, honestly, if I ever did go to jail, I would be so curious on what would happen. I would be like, this is gonna be interesting. Then again, if I was like older, it probably wouldn't be as fun. But like, I feel like if I went to prison right now, I'd be kind of excited. You're an anti-vaxxer? No, I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but there are certainly vaccines that are not. There are certain vaccines that are not as good as other vaccines. Like the polio vaccine, great. And there are a lot of vaccines. Most vaccines are probably pretty good, but there are some vaccines where they do have some effects. Like there are people who have gotten negative effects from vaccines, and it's not to say that no one should ever take vaccines, of course, but you can't just like immediately throw the anti-vaxxer label on somebody, because it's much more complicated than that. It's like you're either for all vaccines or you're for none of them. Is a stupid stance to have. The autistic person, because of the vaccine, was autistic before the vaccine. No, actually, it was like legitimately like he was totally normal. It was one of those situations that you hear about that you're like, that doesn't actually happen. It actually happened. It was one vaccine, completely normal kid. It destroyed his life. Literally, that's what happened. It's crazy. It happened to one of my good friends. Like literally, it's fucking sad, but it literally happened. And sometimes that kind of stuff will happen. But you have to assess the risk of whether taking a vaccine is worth it, because it's a very low risk that something like that happens, but then that's something you have to be able to address. But saying that it's like you're either for all vaccines or you're for none of them is pretty short-sighted, in my opinion. Conversion therapy camps don't exist. Conversion therapy, a debunked practice aimed at converting homosexual. What is this? This isn't a CBS article, bro. I don't care what fucking whoever wrote this article is. This is an opinion piece. I'll read this after the stream, though. I will actually read this whole article after the stream just to see what it's talking about. But show me on Google Maps where the conversion therapy camps that you are forced to go to exist. Not the oh, my parents sent me to this camp. No, like you have been forced by the state to go to this camp to get converted. Where does that happen? Give us a study on your vaccine claim. My vaccine claim that I have I know someone specifically who has gotten affected by them. I mean, there are listen, vaccines are experimental. Medicine is experimental. There are going to be hiccups in medicine. There are people who die from heart surgery, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't have heart surgery if you need heart surgery. Definitely battling for that sweet cake. Inmates would fight over the pussy. Most trans women go to male prison these days. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's always been. But specifically recently, that is one thing that Trump did. He made it so that if you are biologically male, you go to a male prison. Which I don't know how I feel about that one. Shelby gets very sick and developmentally delayed panda syndrome. Dayton, Ohio. I said a Google Maps, not a city. It's somewhere in the continental U.S. I swear it exists. It's somewhere in the entire continental U.S. Not a good fight to pick on stream. I'm just having fun. This isn't the kind of fight you want to have. I'm not one to disregard the case of white paper, but I like to talk about the person who became autistic because of one vaccine, because 85% of Republican leaders got the vaccine, and they're all 25% dimensioned at least. Well, what vaccine are you talking about? Because the COVID vaccine and other vaccines I view as two different things. Because the COVID vaccine is not a vaccine, but whatever. Oh, the camps be in Area 51. You don't think that would have happened with Betsy DeVos' plan to shift federal laws to private Christian colleges with her voucher idea? I don't even know who Betsy DeVos is, Reindeer. I don't know who that is, and I don't know what you're talking about. Not colleges, schools. I have no idea. There's so much context that I'm missing from that sentence. That it's like you're backing me into a yes or no question, but there's so much more context to it that's probably makes the actual answer to that question much more complicated. There's a conversion camp in my pants. Not colleges, schools. We're in a political topic in chat. Are you done with Chipotle? I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe if my political career doesn't get off the ground, I might be back. I might go back there. Can you at least back up your vaccine claims instead of I knew this guy happened? Well, that's the thing. I'm not claiming. What do you think I'm claiming, Disco? I'm not. All I'm claiming is that I knew this happened to this one guy. I'm not claiming anything else than that. I'm not saying that you should not get a vaccine, and I'm not saying that vaccines are all bad or all unhealthy. I'm not saying that if you take a vaccine, you're gonna get autism. Is by far not what I'm saying. And that's not, so my claim of I knew this happened to this one guy is just I knew this one guy that it happened to. That's my whole claim. I'm not advocating that people don't get vaccines at all. I'm not anti-vax. Was Trump Secretary of Education during his first term? Oh. They should restrict their politicians to young and mentally competent people like Dianne Feinstein. You can't know literally everything about a person you're voting for, but come on. Well, that was the last Secretary of Education, dude. I was like 16 during his last administration. I know his current Secretary of Administration, but that was like fucking 8 years ago, bro. Give me a break. Come on. I'm sorry you don't know everything that every one of Trump's cabinet members did in his first term. I'm sorry I don't know every little neat detail that everyone did in his cabinet. Call out Eisman Gold for Do It for Clout. If you want to stream politics, power move. I don't care about Eisman Gold. I'd rather call out someone fun like H3H3 or what's Hassan Piker, because those guys are actually cunts. I love watching like iDubbbz like shit talk H3 because it's just this fucking like circle jerk of gayness between like Destiny, H3, Hassan, and fucking iDubbbz all attacking each other. It's just such. Every single one of these guys is a loser. Like, I would like to have all political positions at an age maximum of 65 years or old. Now at the end of their term, they turn 65. Get the fuck out now. I would be in favor of that, Derek. I think that's a good idea. I don't like old people in Congress. It was a pretty big deal. I didn't hear about it. I mean, maybe I was too young, but I didn't hear about that specifically. I don't think that, like, reallocating federal funds to go to a religious organization is necessarily a good idea, but I don't know anything else about it. Name the entire Hoover administration right now! Oh, God! Oh, you think you're into politics? Name me all of Roosevelt's cabinet members. and what they did in office. But picking politicians from the ones who did not get the most campaign contributions from corporate and rich people. I coined the term monarchy for the U.S. as a run the country, don't live in the U.S. What? Start a war with Hassan? Dude, I would. I fucking hate Hassan. I love hating Hassan. The comment section in the new content cop is hilarious. They're not even talking about the video about. Yeah, I thought this is such a loser. Like, wait, look at this loser on the internet. He's such a loser. It's like literally items, bro. You're fucking gotta. It's so terrible. Have you ever looked at plutocracy? No. Is that like a plutonium like empire? What is that? Astra versus Hassan beef would be huge. Well, Hassan's like a communist, so I'd be down. The real winners of content cost situation are the commenters saying how much they don't care at all. The rich people run the country. Well, yeah, of course. Well, no, really, Ronnie Hugo, who runs the country is corporations. We live in a corporatocracy. Lobbying is a pretty bad thing that allows pretty much any major corporation to directly affect the U.S. government and our policies, which is not very good. But it makes it so that people who really have power in this country are large corporations, which oftentimes are overseas in places like China, which is great for us. Gotta get KBBQ. This is a productive chat. Late Astra, my dude. Alright, see you, reindeers. Hassan be like, you're fucking dumbass, and everything he disagrees with. Of course, because Hassan is fucking stupid. Like, Hassan doesn't have any, like, real, like, opinions on things. I need to, like, I want to do, like, a deep dive on Hassan and, like, really watch his videos and, like, really, like attack, not necessarily attack them, but really understand them so I can like break them down. But it's already been done so much. Like, I feel like it's kind of a beating a dead horse. It's like, wow, you're a non-native American talking about American politics and how awful America is, even though you live in America now and you're rich as fuck because your family is rich. It's like, oh, somebody not like the little Californian house because there's too many capitalists. Oh. In a moneyarchy, the rich people don't even live in a country of the U.S. and still run it. Elon Musk is South African. Yeah, but Elon Musk doesn't run the country. Like, people think that Elon Musk runs the country because of Doge. It's so silly. He doesn't have that much power. Elon Musk has no direct power in the United States. He can't do anything without Trump's direct approval. Pluto has the golf because he was the god in the underworld / underground. Was he good at golf though? Golf, not golf. Golf, not golf. Golf, not golf. But what was his handicap? That's really all I care about. What was his handicap? He's a himbo? He's a champagne socialist. He's like, we need to, I don't know why he's got a British accent, but we need to give everybody universal basic income, and it's all Trump's fault, and it's all Conservatives' fault. Oh, we need to give people more money that we don't have. Elon is currently trying to influence the government lobbying, for example, aka the thing you hate. Which I do hate lobbying, no matter who does it, even if it's Elon. But literally every major company lobbies the government. It's like, I don't feel like Elon has necessarily more power over the U.S. government than Jeff Bezos does. I would sign the petition. I'd have to use an alias, though. I'm worried NASA will have questions. And also, Norwegian pension fund owns nearly 2% of the world's stocks and bonds. We run the U.S. Because our corporations provide the most campaign contributions to the U.S. Wait. We run the U.S. because our corporations provide the most campaign contributions to the U.S. political campaign. So our guys and gals win, even with the Democrats would make us even richer than we are. Bruh, the Norwegians do not run American politics, dude. They do not run American politics. If you think Norwegians are the ones giving the most campaign contributions, you clearly don't know the lobbying packing order. Because there's one particular lobby, I'm not going to say who, but there's one particular lobby group that has a lot more influence than any other lobbying group in the U.S. I'm not going to say who it is. But you know. If you know, you know, and it's not Norway. Here's a report on conversion therapy for reading later. It's still happening on a petition on conversion therapy in the US. Alright, I'll read that. Heard Elon doesn't actually fuck most of the baby mamas. Makes sense. Somebody forgot to tell Trump that. Yeah, I don't know where you're getting this idea that fucking Norway contributes the most in campaign funds. That's just not true. We only pick the good lobbying corporations at random. We picked good lobbying corporations to invest by design. We used to pick which corporations to invest in. Yeah, but Norway doesn't have the most political power in terms of the U.S. Like, are you holding Puck at gunpoint? I'm not. She just likes to sit there, and I don't necessarily like the fact that the guns are pointing at her. I'm gonna move them. There you go. Mental institutions that like conversion therapy? Maybe. Have you been in touch with your Dami Mommy Nano lately? No. Isn't she homeless? Is she okay? I'm worried about Nano. Listen, I am like part Norwegian. Like, I have Norwegian ancestry, right? I get it. Norway is cool, but Norway does not have that much political power. They do not. Let me tell you right now, they do not. What happened to Nano? I think she was trying to buy a house, and like she was getting moved, and then they told her she can't buy the house or something like that. So she was like quote unquote homeless, but I don't know. The U.S. is one of the only countries with a real economic value where political efforts are not illegal. This is true. I do think that lobbying is stupid, and we should not have lobbying, but that's not gonna happen ever. Move in with Nano. She said she was moving on today's stream. Oh. Nano can move in with me. I think Nano's going to Italy? Really? Italy? I wouldn't want to move to Italy. Italy's fucked up right now, dude. Italy's like literally... I don't know, Italy's not doing great. There's a movement in the 70s and later to valorize mental illness as a different and valid way of seeing the world. I have not heard about that. Norway's going to sell our salmon and oil to Europe now and kick ass even more than we did with gas. I mean, you realize it's not going to affect the U.S. like at all. Norway is not a critical player in the U.S. economic system. It's just not. It's not how geopolitics works. If Astra moves in with Nano, she would sleep with one eye open. Mental institutions would demasculize first, and that's as chemically effectuated. Demasculize? What does that mean? I've never been to a mental institution yet, so I can't really say that. I don't really know how they work or what they do. Have the tariffs affected you in any way? No, not me specifically. Then again, I'm not a big spender. I don't really spend a whole lot of money. I certainly don't buy a whole lot of goods from China. Like, I guess my phone is from China. But, like, I don't really buy a lot of things. Like, I don't buy a lot of phones. I don't buy new phones very much. I don't spend a whole lot of money. And so things that are... The tariffs aren't really going to affect me because I overall don't consume that much Chinese products in the first place. But... I mean, this hoodie is probably made in China, but I already own it. So it doesn't really matter. Groceries? I don't feel like the tariffs are affecting groceries that much. I mean, they don't directly affect it. They may affect it indirectly, but not directly. You can sell debt to the U.S. that their tax income will take a dive and you get good interest on guaranteed debt. What are you talking about, man? You think Norway has way more political power than you do. Need a better camera? I do need a better camera. But I like this camera. I upgraded this camera like a year ago. It was a big upgrade from my last camera. And so I'm probably not going to upgrade for a while because this is expensive. It was like a $300 camera. And I don't have $300 to pump into a new camera. West Europe is neato. Not a big Central Europe fan. I'd tear it up in Asia. Dude, I'd love to go to Asia. All the debt in the U.S. is guaranteed by federal U.S. government. Yeah, it's U.S. bonds. What about it? A lot of people own U.S. bonds. It's like not just Norway. Like, Norway owns U.S. bonds, I'm sure, but a lot of people own U.S. bonds. Like, there's a lot of people who do that. Most of Europe owns US bonds. Most people in the world own US bonds. That's why the US dollar is the world's currency, because the US dollar, like, America will pay it back eventually. America has literally, I think, never missed a payment on bond payment. And so it's like owning a US bond is the most valuable bond that you can own because it's guaranteed to pay out. No 1080p? That's because I have it set to 720. How's Astra doing? I don't know. I haven't talked to her for a little bit. The US government is now cutting their income taxes, so anyone with a penny to spend outside the US would be able to get US bonds at a discount. Okay, but why would the US government cutting income taxes make the US bonds less valuable? Can you explain that one to me? I don't really understand how that works. I also don't see how. So, and are you trying to insinuate that the U.S. shouldn't cut income taxes? Because I think income taxes are dumb, and I would like to not have any income taxes, because the bonds will take longer to pay back. But you're assuming so you're assuming that because America will make less money because America doesn't have as much taxes. I don't think that's necessarily true. Especially with the tariffs that are coming in. America has made a lot of money within the last couple of months due to the tariffs. The idea behind the tariffs, there's a lot of reasons for the tariffs, but one of them is that it supplements the tax income. It's like we don't need to tax our citizens if we have higher tariffs on other countries. So it's like we will pay everything back, and it's like it's not the bond market isn't going to crash until we stop paying things back, but we still have. Perfectly good camera. It is a nice. It's a nice camera. I think it's perfectly fine. I don't think I need a new camera. I think it's fine. I mean, it's a proper camera. It's not even like a webcam. It's a proper camera, which is probably why people think it sucks, because I always forget to focus it. But stock market tanking isn't really helping things. No, but I don't know. I really don't know about the tariff things. I don't know what's happening with that. I think it might be 5D chess though. It might not be. I could be totally wrong, but I have a headcanon that is 5D chess, and I see like some shit playing out right now that's kind of like, whoa, that's cool. Like, yeah, the stock market is gonna take a hit, but I feel like what Trump is doing with the tariffs is not necessarily for. I feel like some of the tariffs he's implementing are for just tariff sake, just to get money from other countries for tariffs. But I feel like the insane tariffs he's put on is not. He's not just fighting the trade war. It's more complicated than that. I could be wrong though. I could definitely be wrong. Quality's fine. Color correction. It is quite yellow, but I mean the room is yellow, so. It was an intellectual movement or of current, not political. See Focal or Estes? I don't know what those are. PBJ quoting Wimpy. Nice. I think Trump thinks he's playing 5D chess. He isn't. But what if he is, though? Because you wouldn't know if he is until you know he is. But what if he is, though? What if he is? Is stress test for a war with China? I don't think it's a stress test. I think he's prepping for a war with China. See, here's the thing, though. It's like everybody's saying that, like, oh, the U.S. is not a reliable trade partner anymore, so they're going to create closer ties with China. But I don't think the rest of the world views China as a stronger trade partner than the U.S. Number one, because China doesn't consume nearly as much as the U.S. And number two, because China does not play by the rules. It's been largely agreed on by all sides that China has not played fair in the World Trade Organization, and ever since they joined, they have been causing problems. And so if I'm like a European leader, I don't view China as a safe trading partner, because I feel like they're going to fuck us. Like, for instance, there's a steel mill in England. It's like the last steel mill in the entire country. You know, the country that used to be like big on steel and do all of the World War II stuff. They have one left. It's hemorrhaging money, and so they sold it to the Chinese government, or to a Chinese company that is closely tied with the Chinese government. And that Chinese company is running the plant into the ground to try to shut it down, so that the English steel imports are 100% dependent on China. That's the kind of not fair trading practices that make China not reliable as a trading partner. And I feel like the rest of the world sees that, and it's not as clear cut as a case of, oh, Trump's unreliable, we gotta switch to China. I don't think the world is doing that. Brown room. Chinese works too hard. The U.S. is the #1 consumer nation. That is the key leverage. It is. That's a really big key leverage. But I feel like it's that leverage is we're using. I feel like the whole point of the tariffs is not to necessarily make money or to fix the trade deficit. I feel like Trump says that the reason why the tariffs exist are to fix the trade deficit. But I don't think that's why Trump is doing it. I don't think the trade deficit is the big issue that Trump cares about. I think what Trump is trying to do is he's trying to draw lines in the sand and a front line, essentially. So that if a World War III ever did break out, like let's say China attacks Taiwan and ignites World War III, that is... I feel like Trump is trying to prepare a front line that benefits the U.S. and not China. Because at this point, I feel like it's not if China is going to attack Taiwan, it's a when. And so if you're thinking about things from that point of view, China becomes way less reliable as a trading partner because they're actively antagonizing a different country. And I feel like that's... I don't know. I don't know. Love how active this chat is, by the way. I know, right? It's fun. No better time to weaken the CCP in China, which is an actual real enemy. Yeah, it's like I feel like the whole point of these tariffs, the whole point of tariffing Cambodia, China, Vietnam, is to force certain countries to align themselves more with the U.S. and actively distance themselves from China, or else they face economic pressure in the face of tariffs. Right? I feel like that is the point. I feel like that's why he defense politics Asia. I feel like that's why like if you look at the Liberation Day tariffs, a lot of them are on Southeast Asian countries like Vietnam and Cambodia, where those countries have historically played a fine line about playing like close with both countries. It's beneficial to Vietnam to be close with China and the US. And I feel like the tariffs are the U.S.'s way of saying we're not going to be trading partners with you if you're going to if you're going to align with China. And so they have to choose between China and the U.S. And I feel like Vietnam would probably choose the U.S. over China right now. But then I don't know that. I don't know that for sure. They might not. They might not. But it seems to me like that is the plan. Because if you look at like the Southeast Asian countries and India and Myanmar and that kind of region of the world, that I feel like is the big picture, is right there, is that kind of like thing. Better now than later. I guess the rest Trump is handling it puzzles me. It definitely puzzles me, but I feel like that's the point. I feel like if you could understand what Trump is trying to do, then so could world leaders, which makes us predictable. I feel like the whole reason why we don't know what Trump is doing is by design. But I don't know. I could be totally wrong, Chad. I could be totally wrong. Don't hold me. I mean, hold me to it, but like, I'll at least admit if I was wrong, because I could totally be wrong on this chat. There might be an outer-dimensional Trump spreading his influence in ours. Who am I to say? I'm not a 5-dimensional being. Maybe they are out there. Vietnam has a stronger political alliance with China. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? But the tariffs are based on completely dumb data, like the import tax rate between Norway and the U.S. is about 30%, so they give us a 16% tariff, but that's because we buy 30% more than the U.S. buys from us, and then we have 277% tariff on cheese from anywhere. Yeah, but again, I think the whole like data thing that they used is not the reason behind the tariffs. I think that it's the way they've used... I think they're using the data and that like equation to justify them without explaining exactly why they're doing them. I think it's not... I don't think the tariffs are based on dumb data. I think they're explained with dumb data, but they're not... There's not the reason why they exist. Asia is scared of America, but China scares them way more. Well, I feel like the lack of... I feel like Vietnam and Cambodia and those countries are more scared of losing the American consumer market than they're afraid of losing China as a trading partner. Considering Vietnam is a communist country, I'd say they're more politically aligned, at least. That's... Listen, the communist in name, that's it. That has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with their relationship with China. That's my DOT drug test. I'm back on weed. Hell yeah, pool boy. Herbert Hoover in the 30s implemented tariffs to encourage American goods with the country, but that didn't help. People keep pointing and laughing at the tariffs on uninhabited islands. There's to stop countries that own those... That is to stop the countries that own those territories to use them as a loophole to get around tariffs. Yeah. We're down 10 viewers since I joined. Do something fun. Political sucks more every day. I like politics, though. I'm having fun, chat. She just called Vietnam a communist cunt. Well, they kind of are, but... Here, let me show you what I'm talking about, chat. Let me do some, let me demonstrate what I'm actually talking about when I'm talking about geopolitics. Look at the map. Look at the map. What does the map say, chat? What does the map say? I doubt that's the reason she had almost 70 when she spoke politics last time. Yeah. Sometimes it's just the way it is. It just kind of ebbs and flows. Hold on. Alright. Where are we? Okay, so if we look at the world map, we got, oh fuck. I need to turn that one off. If we look at the world map, we have China, we have India, we have Iran, Pakistan, the Middle East over here, we have China, we have Eastern Europe and Northern Asia. We have the Western Asia over here, the stands over in Western Asia. We have Eastern Asia, Southeastern Asia, Africa, Western Europe, and the Scandinavian countries. So, if you're looking at this from like a Cold War perspective, the battle line is typically like right here with Ukraine versus Russia. Like that's where Western influences, like the U.S., kind of ends on this borderline right here with Russia. Right? It's probably going to move closer to that, though, eventually. But that's not important right now. Here's the thing, right? India is really, really populous, and they're really emerging as one of the top players on the world stage. Like, India is growing extremely quickly, and their population is exploding. They are like one of the few countries in the world with a positive, where they're having more young kids at like above the replacement rate, right? I think the replacement rate is like two kids for one woman, like for one mother. I think India is at like 3 kids for one mother, and China's at like 1.3. And it's like a really big issue for China that people don't talk about, is like their population is not, they are not replacing their population, and it's a big problem. That's a big problem for most countries in the first world, actually. Especially South Korea. South Korea might be the worst country on replacement rates, right next to Japan and North Korea and China. And so, since the reason why China is known as the world factory is because they have endless supply of menial factory workers who can produce things for a low wage. But with less people means the wages per person goes up because there's less demand, there's less supply for the demand for manufacturing, right? But India has the opposite problem. They have a lot of people, which means if I was the US, I would be trying to focus on securing more ties with India to kind of move the world's factory from China to India, because India is a much better partner with the US. We're much closer to India politically. And China is proving to be our like greatest threat right now. So it makes sense that it's in America's best interest to move manufacturing from China to India. And China and India hate each other. Like there's actively like battles that go on around this region, right? But if you look at this, there's a huge mountain range that separates China from India, and then there's Myanmar, right? Except India is a bureaucratic nightmare, the only thing that Brits left behind. This is true, but still, I feel like they have potential. China's probably lying about their population. They claim 1.4 billion, but it's likely less than 800 million, which is a huge, huge issue for China, right? But basically, if I'm America, if I'm president, I'm looking at this region here and seeing how a war would develop. Like, let's say China attacks Taiwan. Where are our forces and where are their forces, right? This whole region right here is relatively neutral. Like, they're pretty close to China and America. So if I'm America, if I'm president, I'm going to try to take Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, and all of the Asian countries. I don't know how to say that, but all of these Asian countries, the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, etc. I'm going to try to push them to be more aligned with us, so that if a war ever breaks out, the front line is gonna be something like this, not like split down the middle, where like you have basically this is our front line and all of this is Chinese territory, and we don't have any of that. I feel like whoever controls the Southeast Asian islands kind of wins the war here, and I feel like that's why we're trying to get this region on our side. Myanmar is an interesting one because the government for Myanmar is actually Chinese supported. So Myanmar is closer to China than everything else. But there's a civil war that's going on in Myanmar that no one really talks about, but it's actually really important. And it's a huge thing that's picking up a lot of steam. And so if the U.S. backs the separatists in Myanmar and does the U.S. classic of stealing a coup and putting our puppet into Myanmar, and we essentially gain Myanmar as an ally, then the whole border is basically like from here to here, from here to here, and from here all the way down to here. And that's basically our front line. I feel like that's the end goal, is that front line. For all the tariffs, I think, are to support that. I could be totally wrong on this, chat. I always feel the need to say that, but I could be totally, absolutely, completely wrong. This is a Hearts of Iron moment. That's kind of what it feels like. India balances their alliances. They're close to Russia as well, kinda, but they're really not close to China. And I feel like if a war is gonna break out, they're going to align closer to the U.S. than they are gonna be to Russia in those. If you're looking at it, the team players are right now, right? Russia, China, North Korea, like Georgia, maybe, and those kind of countries, right? Versus, you know, America, the NATO, you know, the EU. India is probably going to be on our side, and if we can get the Asian countries on our side too, that will give us a huge advantage. So again, it's like the whole I think. Maybe, or I could be wrong. If Trump's playing 5D chess, the whole idea behind him doing these tariffs might be so that he could separate Asian countries from their Chinese allies and cement them as U.S. allies, so that which would make it much harder for China to win a war against Taiwan. Because again, it's like not if China's going to attack Taiwan, it's when. So, how much money for you to wear that to Walmart? $500. I'll wear this to Walmart for $500. I'll film it and I'll upload it to YouTube. The Hearts of Iron moment. Bricks is dumb. Bricks doesn't exist. No one cares about bricks. No one cares about bricks. That's stupid. It's like China and India hate each other. Like, to put them next to each other in the acronym is stupid. It's silly. They hate each other. Oh, you gonna jump, Moogie? Oh. Hi, Moogie. Hello, Moogie. Oh, don't fall off the chair. What about the Kingdom of Atlantis, Astra? Don't discount their influence on all of this. Oh, don't fall off. Careful, Moogie. This is why I'll put my life on the line and for the monarchy in Norway if need be. We got good democracy, except we had to ask the main head of the military to write each law change to into law. And as such, monarch asks, how does this help the people and how will it be measured? Who is held responsible if it does not help? What? Define the U.S. as a monarchy. It's a silly name. India beats China in a spicy food competition. This is true. I definitely prefer Indian food over Chinese food. Definitely prefer Indian food over Chinese food. Indian food, I would never eat it in India because that's gross, but I love Indian food. There's definitely some theatrical comedy to this whole stream. Seriously, political conversation with a cute puppy girl. I mean, listen, you don't have to agree with me. I listen, you can completely disagree with me. Everybody is welcome here. We get to that cozy jumper. Looks very snug. It is very snug, and I like it. Aquaman is a cool guy. He talks to fish. I you know, I might be buying into the conspiracy theory, but I totally think Atlantis was in the Eye of Sahara. I think that it was a real place and that it existed in the Eye of the Sahara. It makes the most sense. It makes the most sense, chat. It really does. You ever seen the Eye of Sahara? It's crazy. I want to go there one day if it wasn't so hotly contested. You crazy woman. I actually do agree with you 100%. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Keylane. See, I don't know. I could be wrong on this whole thing, but from my perspective, it seems like that's what Trump is trying to do. Is he's trying to draw lines in the sand, move the Asian countries closer to U.S., and make it so they abandon China as allies, and that he's trying to push not only Asian countries, but the whole rest of the world to align themselves with America and push themselves away from China. That seems like that's what the point of the tariffs are. Though I could be wrong, but that seems what it is. It seems like it is. It doesn't make any sense. That is so easily. It so doesn't make any sense that it's so easily debunked. Well, then debunk it. Debunk me. Do it, bitch. You won't. Too dumb to speculate the whole thing, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm pretty dumb, so, and I did it. Also, chat, I had an idea. What if I did, like, I'm thinking about doing, I agree with you, 70 to 80%. I mean, you probably shouldn't agree with me 100% on everything. You know, it's good to have your own opinions. Very good. But I was thinking, maybe I'll do, like, the 2-hour stream, IRL streams every other day, and then I'll do, like, a 4-hour gaming stream on the other days. Would chat like to see that? And then maybe, and the idea would be that eventually I would bump up the IRL streams to 4 hours as well. So I'd be doing like a 4-hour stream every day, but it would offset like one day's IRL stream and then the other one's gaming. Nero burned it down to get all the library finds. Are your melee skills, whatever's left of it? I think I'm doing pretty good on melee. I know my hand kind of hurts, so I've been kind of avoiding playing it because I don't want to like fuck up my hand. But I could play. I don't know, chat. Should I play a single melee game to see what my skills are? I could play a single melee game. I will let people better qualified than me debunk it. Oh, the Ruchet. Oh, you're talking about that. I'll watch that video, but I don't know, man. It seems pretty likely. I don't think Atlantis was necessarily what we think Atlantis was. I think it was probably more of just a normal city, but it makes sense because if you look at like what Plato actually, or not Plato, or whoever the guy who wrote the story of Atlantis, what he actually said about it, it seems to align pretty well. But I could be wrong. You up for that, Astra? Well, maybe. I want to stream more though. Shan hurts the gooning one? No, it's this hand. The gooning one is reinforced with steel, so I can keep on gooning. What about Astra screaming? She gets murked on streams. All right, hold on, chat. Let's I'm gonna play one game. So I'm not even gonna change the stream category. Oh, it's ranked right now. There's 1 week remaining. Oh, should I like try to? Or should I just keep my gold? I think I'm just gonna keep gold this season, and then next season I'll try to get a higher rank. If you need access to some old games for that make good streams, hit me up. I might do that. Star Wars: The Phantom Menace for PS1 really stupid. You can kill everyone. It never existed. Plato used archetypes of a lost city, except to write a story. Yeah, but it was probably based on a real place. Like, the actual place of Atlantis, as we know it, probably didn't exist, but it probably was based on a real city. Alright, chat. Alright, chat. Okay. I might lose. I might lose this game, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna try it. And I'm going to try to not lose. It's against Sheik. Not looking good. Already off to a bad start. Fuck. Fucking Sheik, goddammit. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God, chat. I hate Sheik. I hate Sheik so much. Sheik is such an annoying character. Ah, fuck Sheik. I hate Sheik. I hate Sheik so much. Plays a good character, goddamn you. If you ever want to lay waste in the undercity of Jar Jar Binks, I don't want a game that's easy though. That sounds boring. Fuck you, Sheik. That's what you get. What? How did that not fucking connect? What the hell? Oh, you son of a bitch. Hot Tub Stream was 7 months ago? It was. Oh my god. Oh my god. You bastard. Fuck off. No! Fuck! Fucking Sheik. I hate Sheik so much, dude. I hate her so fucking much. I never want to play a Sheik player ever again. Fuck Sheik. Oh, yeah, I get the stupid characters, throws knives. Those fucking little... Goddamn... You motherfucker! Stop giving me fucking Sheik! They're such a passive player. Like, it's just such a... The only way to play Sheik is passively, which is so irritating to play against. It's like, I can't just attack her. I have to wait until she attacks me, because there's no way. It's like, if I actively make an aggressive move, she's basically got... She's already won, essentially. Look at how fucking defensive she's playing. She's not even attacking me. She's just, like, waiting for me to attack her. This is why I fucking hate Sheik players. All play the same way. Are you up for a first stream because a hot tub stream? You have been streaming to 2 hours. Well, hold on. I'll see. Let me focus on not losing to another Sheik. Look at him. He just fucking runs to the other side of the map. Fight me, you jackass! Come here. Fuck you. Fuck you. Look at this bastard. Look at this motherfucker. He's just not even attacking me. The only one who's making any aggressive moves is me. Oh, you son of a bitch. Fuck. How the... I was about to say, how did she grab me, but... that totally was a grab. Jigglypuff is indestructible, so you could just kick across the room and it would float? What? Fuck. I don't know why this guy's not super great. might play another game with this guy just because I feel bad about just leaving him. I feel like he's not that good. But now I said that, I'm good. Well, never mind. Never mind. Alright, I'll play one more with this guy. One more with this guy. I won't one and done him. I'm not an asshole. I try not to one and done people unless I really hate playing them. Or unless they win. If they win, then I'll leave. I don't care. Fuck. I may have spoken too soon. Fuck. I really do not like playing against this guy though. You just fucking such a bitch. Just stop playing like such a bitch, goddamn you. I'm just gonna play like, I'm gonna copy his bitchiness. I just have to like remember the best way to copy it, to counter someone who's playing like a bitch, is to play like an even bigger bitch. You're not gonna attack me, I won't attack you. I'll just sit on the other side of the map. Fuck. Fuck you. Thank you, Dob, for the 3 bits. Make sure to check the money box. The what? I have a money box? Where? Oh, fucking platform. Oh, it was so totally avoidable. That was so totally avoidable. I totally just fucking let him have that. Haha! Ha 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 ha. I gotta make this life count, dude. I'm at 119%. I gotta make this shit count. Ah! I didn't make it count, chat. I really didn't. Puck, don't walk in front of the monitor, please. Uh-oh. You want to get yeeted like last time. I gotta lock the fuck in here, chat. Locking in, engaged. Gamer mode activated. Oh, that was so close. I almost got it, chat. Why did you do that? What was the point of that? Why would he let go? Why did he let go? Why did he do that? I wanna know why would he do that? The sketch I made was a prophecy. Why did he do that? Why did he let go? He like tried to edge guard me, but he just fucking threw. Alright, let me play one more game. I just want to play against someone that's not Sheik, okay? That's all I want. I just want to play against someone that's not Sheik. Alright. Alright, this is gonna be embarrassing if I lose this. This is gonna be real embarrassing, chat. Oh! It's gonna be really embarrassing if I lose. If I lose this game, I'm just gonna, like, tell people that this game didn't happen. Fuck. Fucking die, dude. 140%, dude. Seriously, what the fuck? Never mind the 40 plus witnesses to the contrary. Shush. Shush. Oh my god, dude, I got played like a fiddle. Ow. I feel like there's something I'm not doing that I should be doing, but I'm not. Fuck! God damn, that was so fucking close. Oh, and I just gave him another grab. I hate playing against mean characters. Why? Why can't you just play a normal character? You have to play the worst character in the game. Literally. No! Why the fuck do I keep missing it? Ah! Son of a bitch. I keep missing the rest. I hate... this is like... See, I know... I'm only gonna lose this because it's Bowser specifically. Fuck you, man. 100 fucking fuck you %. How the fuck did that... What? Oh my god. What? Chat, what the fuck? Why am I not able to hit him? What the fuck? Oh my god. I hate Bowser so much. He's gonna taunt too. He's gonna I know he's gonna taunt. Fucking literally the worst character in the game. I hate this game, chat. You can do it. I literally can't. Like, there's no winning this game. It's just, there's no winning this game. It's not gonna happen. What? Skill issue. Literally got fucked by a glitch, chat. I rested him. It literally rested him. This is alright. I shouldn't play this game. This is bad for my mental health, this game. I should not play. This is why I don't play against fucking characters like Bowser or Zeldas, because they just fucking dub. No! It was fucking too early. How was I surprised when I said I was repeatedly gonna lose? Because I landed the fucking rest. That's why. Because by all means, I should have won that. But the game said, no, we're gonna give you a phantom rest. By all means, I should have won that. I hit the rest at the end. Like, that should have been game. But the game's like, no, we're gonna give you a phantom rest. The rare, like, fuck you move that the game's just like, oh, you landed this rest? Nah. We're gonna, like, give you the sound effect as if you did hit it, because, like, on your client side you hit it. But the game's like, nah, dude, we're not doing that. Like, legitimately. That was gay. That was so gay. It was turbo gay, chat. Oh, fucking goddammit. I hate this game. God damn it, dude. Not playing games the girl squad? No. Of course that misses. This is the worst map for Fox. That's game, bros. I don't think Marvel Rise is your game, not Melee. It was fun. I think Marvel Rise was your game, not Melee? I'm much better at Melee than I am at Marvel Rivals. Much better. Much better, chat. Absolutely. You're losing your gamer skills. God damn it. No, I don't fucking want to do that. Am I wearing a shirt under this? I am. I'm still wearing the fucking Pure Heart Dome of Ash shirt. I'm gonna take this off after this game. It's hot. I'm getting sweaty, chat. Oh my god. Sorry, Moogie. Alright. Thanks for waiting, asshole. Fuck, wrong button. God damn it. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Alright. How the fuck do you survive that, man? How the fuck do you miss that? What the fuck does that miss? What the f- I'm having a great time, chat. I'm having such a fun time. I love this game. I love playing this game. It's such a good game. You guys should all play this game. It's amazing how good this game is. It's such a great game. I love this game. It's my favorite game. On the same map, the same fucking character. Okay, let's grab. Play a fun game next time. Like what? Marvel Rivals? That game sucks. I've been so like I was having so much fun with Rivals, and it's just like I don't know. The community sucks on Rivals. Like their community really sucks on Rivals. It's like I feel like I don't want to play that game because I'm worried that like someone's just gonna fucking like bully me for no reason, because that happens like all the time. It's like, oh, you play the character that they don't want you to play, and so they're just gonna shit on you. Like, I play Squirrel on that game, right? And I joined a quick play game. So this is a low. It's just supposed to be casual fun and quick play. And because I'm Lord, this fucking asshole like started talking shit immediately. He's like, oh my god, you're Lord, get a life. And then he kept like attacking me for no reason, to the point where like it was like it made me play worse. It's like, if I'm gonna deal with that, like fuck that game, man. At least in this game, it's like you don't have to deal with shitty teammates. Like if you lose, it's just on you. But Marvel Rivals, it's like if you don't meet your teammates' expectations, it's just such an annoying like. Chinese Overwatch is meh. I think it's better than Overwatch, but I think it's a decent game. I just wish that people weren't so fucking like shitty on there. And explain to me how that misses. Explain. How the fuck? Because by all means, that should have hit. Listen, that ridiculous. Ugh. Get the fuck out of here. This is hilarious and casual. I never feel bad because it's closer to COD lobby. The problem with CS is like the game sucks as a whole. Like I feel like it's not worth playing it because there's so many cheaters in that game that it's like it makes it not fun. Like why would I try to get good at ranked when it's like people who care about playing good in that game don't care about ranked. They just play ESA. And if you go and play like ECA or Face It, it's just sweats. It's just all sweats and it's like no fun. If you don't know how to like play the game in their meta, it's like you might as well just like uninstall. I had a lot of fun with CS back in the day, but like I feel like it's just CS2 isn't as good as CSGO, and I just don't enjoy it as much. Too many Zoomers who are like too into it. Which I guess I was a Zoomer who was into it like that at one point, so I can't judge too harshly. But like, alright, GG. This is stuff when you don't try. See, that's the thing. I don't like playing that game, like games like that, and not trying. Like I like to try. Alright. I like to try for games. Like I like being try hard. I like sweating in games. Like that's why I played this game. It's because as much as this game fucking sucks, like it's still fun to like if you actually win and you actually like outplay your enemy. Like I beat this guy. Like it's so much fun when you can actually do that. But it's like, and there's no one else to blame. It's like if you lose, you're the only one you can blame. So it's like, I hate playing like a game like Marvel Rivals where it's like, what, you're playing a character I don't like? How dare you? You should uninstall this game and feel bad about yourself because you played a character I don't like. And it's like, come on, dude, I just want to play the fucking squirrel. I just want to play the squirrel. That's all I want. That's all I want is just to play the squirrel. And then people are harshing on me because I'm playing the squirrel. And it's just like, I like the squirrel. About a Souls or Elden Ring? Well, that's PvE. I like PvP games because it's like, there's actual competition, right? It's like, I'm not going to put hours into hours upon hours getting better at Elden Ring because it's against a bot. Like, there's no real honor in that. When you play a game, like, listen, I made it to, like, here, let me show you. I made it to Gold 1 on Melee, and I want to get higher than that, but I feel like in order to get higher on Melee, it's such a, like, you need to put in so much effort, but it's like, I feel like the effort's worth it. Like, I feel like getting to be gold on Melee is significantly harder than getting gold on Marvel Rivals. On Marvel Rivals, I got to Diamond 2 relatively easily on Marvel Rivals. It's not really hard. But on Melee, it's so difficult. And it's like the challenge is partially what makes it good. Like, I complain about getting fucking Bowser and Sheik and everything, but that's really like a me issue, right? It's like, you can only like... I can complain about Sheik so much, but I can't... Sheik isn't broken. Like, she's not a broken character by any stretch of the imagination. So if I'm complaining about a Sheik player, it's just me being salty. And I realize that, but I still do it. Because, you know, you guys never played Skyrim. I have played Skyrim, just never beaten it. I know, single-player games like that, they're fun for a while. But I do like multiplayer and actually getting good at multiplayer and actually... Play Squirrel, says the person wearing a possum shirt. The real question is, when are they going to add Chipmunk Hunk to the game? The other licensed Marvel character, the Chipmunk Hunk, and Koi Boy. When are they going to add Koi Boy? See, the one character who beat Namor in Marvel Rivals is obviously Koi Boy. Fit check? Alright. Little Moogie. Have you ever tried up EVE Online? It's a game where you gather up 100 newbies in spaceships and kill 100 elite players. You spend 20 years perfecting the game. Yeah, I don't like those games. I don't like games that are team-based. It's like every team-based game I have, I end up getting queue anxiety, where it's like I don't play comp because like I'm just don't want to get bullied when I join a game. Like those are games where if you don't perform to like like if you just have a bad game, and everybody has bad games, right? Like, I don't care who you are, I don't care what rank you are, I don't care how good you are, you have a game where you play like dog shit, and it's like people have no chill in that game. It's like if you go in and you play Marvel Rivals and you go in and play a game of quick play and you suck, your teammates will instantly blame you, even if it wasn't your fault. It's like, if the numbers don't look good on your end, like you can contribute a lot to the team, have tons of damage, but if the numbers don't look good, then you're like, the other team will blame you instantly. Even if it was their fault, like they'll be like, it's your fault for playing Squirrel. I swear to God, the amount of times I join a game and someone, like a quick play, and someone's like, oh my God, Lord Squirrel Girl, get a life. It's like, I just want to have fun. I just want to play the game. I'm sorry, I have fun with a character that you don't like. But these bastards, they're unrelenting, man. They're unrelenting. Here we go. Super flat and tight tummy Astra, the hint of hip bones, very sexy. The hint of hip bones. Is there a zit on my back, chat? Is that a zit? Ew. Ew. It's like a zit on my back, chat. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Belly. Tubistra. Mosquito bite. There are like mosquitoes in here. Where Astra got the last vaccine. I didn't get the vaccine, man. I didn't do it. I took RFK's advice. I knew that it would turn me gay. I knew that it would turn me gay. But me, I'm not gay at all. Oblivion Remaster dropping next week, and I'm like not excited. I'd rather play, like, I was playing Oblivion for a while and it was really fun, but I'd rather just play the original Oblivion because I feel like I don't know how they're even going to update that game to a modern audience. It's like, why are they even doing that? You know that it's just another cash grab. Skyrim HD this time. We're gonna release Skyrim again, and it's like, fuck off. Bethesda could suck my dick. I have no faith in Bethesda to make a good game anymore. Morrowind is better? I played Morrowind for a little bit. Morrowind you can't really get into just because it's so Dumb. Can't wait for another GTA 5 re-release. It's being made by a third party. And maybe that'll make it good, and maybe hopefully it won't suck, but I'm not, like, gonna spend money on an Oblivion remake. Like, I'm not gonna spend money on a video game right now. It's like, I have, skins in Marvel Rival, but that's because I sold CSGO skins to buy them. I haven't put a cent into that game. She loves the cock, lol. They are making combat more modern, etc. The graphics look good. Maybe. I think the combat is my biggest complaint in that game. I really think it's a good game with a lot of cool stuff. It's just that the combat feels dry, and it feels... it doesn't feel like there's a lot of weight. It's from that era... Like, Morrowind is really born out of the era where it's like you're playing a 3D RPG, where even though you swing at a character and it looks like a shit hit, there's not a guarantee hit. Like, that's my biggest problem with Morrowind, is when you're, like, swinging at a character and it just, like, doesn't register because the RNG part of the game says, nope, you don't hit this. I tried playing Fallout 4. I quit. I couldn't finish Fallout 4. It was so bad. Like, I think Fallout 4 is a bad game. Legitimately. I hate... Wow, I have a 50 BMG rifle in my hand, and some zombie comes up to me and I blow his face off, and it just does, like, a quarter of the amount of damage. And it's just like, oh, that's gay. That's dumb. I hate bullet sponge enemies. I hate it. I hate bullet sponge enemies. A press kit got leaked last week, or someone found a press kit on the dev's website. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that it leaked. I saw the meme where it's like a Oblivion leak, and it's just a picture of a leak. People love Fallout 4. I get people love Fallout 4, but I think Fallout 4 is really dated. And I say that as if you played Fallout 4 when it came out, you probably have a lot more fond memories of it. Because it was made back when games weren't so... I feel like there's a higher standard for those type of things. And every time you complain about the fact that, yeah, enemies are bullet spongy, but it's an RPG, not a first-person shooter. And it's like, yeah, but that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to play. Like, I don't like shooting a character 50 times in the face and them not dying. That's not fun for me. And, like, in retrospect, like, the map of Fallout 4 is so small. Like, I played Fallout 4 last year in 2024. And it came out, what, 2015 or 2014 or whatever, and it's dated. It's so dated. I would say it's more dated than Fallout New Vegas, even though Fallout New Vegas came out like a decade before Fallout 4 did. It's just Fallout 4 is just, the map is too small. It's too linear. You can't go to places that you want to go. It's it's clearly built in a way to force you to follow this linear story path, and it just doesn't feel very fun to me. I personally think that Breath of the Wild is like a much better open world game. It's much bigger, much like I would say value like play-wise, like the value you get from each game. Breath of the Wild is a more valuable game than Fallout 4. Like I feel like I would have more fun just objectively playing Breath of the Wild than I would play Fallout 4, which is saying something because I hate Breath of the Wild. I think Breath of the Wild is a bad game. And I know that's a hot take, right? But it is a bad game. Like, stop kidding yourself. Breath of the Wild is dumb. It's a dumb game. It's a bad Zelda game with unoriginal dungeons that are copy and pasted. You can't call the game good just because you took one puzzle, ran it through a random number generator, and copy pasted the fuck out of it all over the goddamn map and said, oh, if you want to progress in the game, you have to beat like 50 of these fucking stupid places. Like, fuck that. Fuck that game. Fuck that game. I'm getting pissed. Fuck that game. New Vegas has one of the greatest mods too. That's pretty great. That's pretty great.
Thank you, sir. You may proceed. You will respect my authority.
New Vegas really was the best out of those games. Like, I feel like that's the only Fallout game worth playing. Created a concentration camp in Fallout 4. I love settlement building. I don't know, I never really even got to that part of the game, so maybe I'd like it if I got to the settlement part of the game. It just frustrated me Like, because the game, you know, when you want to play a game a certain way, and then the game clearly doesn't want you to play it that way, and it's just like, that's kind of the reason why I didn't like Breath of the Wild 2, is like, these are games like, they're marketed as, you can go anywhere and do anything you want, but really you have to follow the way the game wants you to play the game. If you want to play this stealth mission in a loud way, nope, can't do that. You gotta play it quiet, because if you don't play the game the way we wanted you to play the game, you're not playing it right. And it's like, well, fuck me then, I guess. And Breath of the Wild was dumb, and then, and then the sequel to Breath of the Wild was also dumb. And I have no faith for the next Zelda game that's gonna come out. I have zero faith about it. Zero faith, chat. Zero faith. I just said event where I weeded out ugly settlers. If you want big MMORPG, try EVE Online and join Imperium. Man, EVE Online is... isn't that like sci-fi though? EVE Online. I don't like sci-fi stuff. And that's just personal preference, but I really don't like sci-fi things. Yeah, space exploration. Yeah. It looks like what's that one game that sucked until they updated it, so it didn't suck, but it still kind of sucks. I don't know, EVE Online though, I can't disrespect EVE Online, because EVE Online is so big and so crazy, like the history there's history with EVE Online. Like, that game's been out for so long that there's like legitimate history to it. So it's like, I can't talk shit on EVE Online. EVE Online is like I respect people who can get into that. I just don't think I could get into that game. I like games that are medieval magic-based, fantasy-based, like Elder Scrolls, but I also don't like... I like it to be more like... If Elden Ring was MMORPG, that's kind of what I would like. Plays Fast Food Simulator. Truck Simulator's right up your alley. I play Truck Simulator. I thought it was so beautiful. I loved harvesting bugs and mushrooms. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what you like to do, but that's not a Zelda game to me. And then I compare, like, nowadays, it's like, you can't play Breath of the Wild without comparing it to Elden Ring. And Elden Ring is such a good game. Like, Elden Ring is probably one of the greatest games ever made, in my opinion. Like, it is straight up such a good game that it's like, it blows Breath of the Wild out of the water, in my opinion. There's no, like, why would I even play Breath of the Wild when I could play Elden Ring? Magically flying through the solar system isn't space magic. It's space magic. Don't get me wrong, it's space magic. I just don't like space magic. I like on-the-ground magic. I like wizards and ghouls and goblins with a sword and a magical spell blade. I am a mage. Yeah, I fight the gnome army. I've teamed up with the gnome army to fight the goblins of Evermore. With my steed, my mighty steed, and my spellblade swords forged in the deep mountains of Agronoth. It's like, I think it's cooler than... Oh, engage hyperdrive! Oh. I don't know, I don't like it as much. It's like, oh, look, a rock! Oh, look, there's another rock over there. Look at this space. Everything's black except for little dots everywhere. Breath of the Wild has a motorcycle? I know, but I thought Breath of the Wild's dungeons were a really big letdown. So if you compare, like, the dungeon crawler aspect of Elden Ring compared to Breath of the Wild, it's not even competition. Elden Ring has a bigger map, or at least a more interesting map. Like, Breath of the Wild feels like a small map that they stretched really thin to be a bigger map. Like, all the outposts are the same, all the dungeons have the same aesthetic, all of the little temples have the same aesthetic and cutscenes and whatever, and it just feels like they made a small amount of content and stretched it to meet the whole game. Elden Ring feels like the same scope of game, but everything is new and unique. Like, you're not gonna go anywhere in that world and see the same, like, asset. And it's like every dungeon in Elden Ring is incredibly unique with different enemies that do different things, that are weak and strong to different things. That's just so much cooler in my mind. Have you seen EVE Online history? Half of it is 3/4 of the game going, these space orcs are, as Empyrean orcs are here to ruin our game. I saw like the down the rabbit hole video on it, or at least I started to, but it was so long and so like I don't have enough of a neck beard to get into this video. I haven't made it past the Elden Ring tutorial. Elden Ring's hard, but it's probably one of the most gorgeous games ever made. Hold on, actually, let me look. Elden Ring map size versus Breath of the Wild. Is The Witcher. That's not what I want though. I mean, so I guess you can kind of get a comparison here if I look at this. No, I don't want that. I just want the fucking motherfucker. I just want to compare it to Breath of the Wild. God damn you. God damn you. God damn you. You cunt. Show me the image. Moogie, what are you doing? Right, okay. There's not like a good comparison to this. This is really frustrating. I don't know. There's not a good comparison, but it's a very big map. And I there's an imgur link of EVE Online. Yes, but no, because I'm about to end the stream. Where are we getting spicy game reviews on your gaming channel, Astra? Something Golden Chat made him choose a balding character for Elden Ring. Try to go anywhere in the 700 plus solar systems and find the same, whereas the last person who went there. Try this. I mean, yeah, EVE Online is definitely like the biggest. Like EVE Online is huge, but it's just I don't know. I don't like the space exploration. It's just so much more boring in my opinion. It just really is. But you know what? This is crazy. Look at this. This is GTA 5's map comparative to Breath of the Wild's map. It's like it's significantly like. It's like almost the same size as GTA 5, and Elden Ring is way bigger than GTA 5. Hold on, wait a minute. Can I find the comparison that I'm looking for, please? Please? Please, can I compare Elden Ring map size with other map sizes? Please, pretty please, motherfucker. $30 square miles. So, it's 28, so it's actually pretty close. Hey, Moogie. Interesting. Half of EVE is just espionage and industry and recon and whatnot. It's just an MMORPG, but you travel to space instead of across fields. Yeah, I think it's cool. I just don't like it. I'd rather go across fields. I really like 2 South Park games. I never really play. I am not good at turn-based RPGs. Anyway, chat. The thing about the map comparison is not very accurate. Yeah. Alright, chat. I'm gonna go make some ramen or some shit. I don't really know. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I will see you guys later.